For tonight's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. Be sure to let us know. For tonight's. Who's going to be the first commentor? Carlene beat Craig. Now that's something you don't see every day. Mike Massey second. Mike, it's a good night for you to be on. We've got a punk crate. We've got. I'm going everything I can find to. Let's see. Uh-oh is right. Hope that got copied. Okay, so if you haven't already, as soon as you get on the Facebook post, please hit the share button. That really helps us out, and then you can hit the like button. That really helps us out, and then you can start commenting. If you're on YouTube, you can go ahead and start hitting the thumbs up button and commenting on there as well. Comments are really helpful. Comments are really helpful. Let's see here. All right. Go Vols for sure. Let me go ahead and get it shared on Instagram too, because I couldn't last night. I was too worried about getting off my hotspot link, trying to do too much on my phone. So let me go ahead and get it shared on this as well. Story. And let's see here. They moved the link button way down. I don't know why they've done that. Very inconvenient. Okay. Jerry has sent us a middle finger. Probably because I told him he had to come get all of his junk. Did audio drop? I hope not. Maybe I'm just not talking. First few part of the test 1, 2. Every time I log on, it freezes. Well, that's not good. How's everybody else's connection? I see 114 viewers. We can hear you. Okay, great. We went through that crate last night. Let me find another warm-up crate. We sold about half of that one. Actually, how about I just go ahead and go through... let me see what I've got over here. That's Motley Crue, Big Star, Pop, Pink Floyd, Metallica. Let's go through this one. We'll consider this tonight's warm-up crate. So I've got some new arrivals. I've got new vinyl. I know some of y'all been waiting on new vinyl. I've got new vintage vinyl. And now that's pretty cool. Is that gold?
I think so.
Let's get the details on that so we can post a pre-order. We'll post that in the coin group. All right, so let's start with a warm-up crate. Sorry we're late. I was locked out of the store. We're doing some construction here, and one of the guys who's helping us has had my key all day. He left it at the store like he was supposed to. When I got here, everybody was gone. Tanner got stuck in traffic, and Seth is at a baseball game coaching, so I've been locked out of the store. That's why we were late, and Tanner got stuck in traffic. Plus, I think he was running a little bit behind himself, and then he got stuck in traffic, and then when we got here, we had to price off our new vinyl. That's why we're late. So I've been locked out of my own store for like an hour and a half. Okay, we have U2 War. This is $31.99. I have my key back, though, and I'm going to make sure that I get it before he leaves tomorrow. But our store is undergoing construction It's about to look completely different outside and inside hopefully by the end of May. So there is a sidewalk sale. I can go ahead and tell you that right now for all the locals. There is a sidewalk sale Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Maybe Sunday. I was just thinking about that. I don't know if we'll do it on Sunday too. A lot of work getting all the stuff out there for a short day on Sunday. But for sure, Friday and Saturday, huge, huge dollar sale. I mean, if you're local, it is going to be well worth your time. We're trying to clear out our back room because of this construction. We're going to be putting out hundreds and thousands of records that's never been shopped before for $1. We've got to get rid of some stuff so we can move around in the back. So $1 sidewalk sale, Friday and Saturday, rain or shine. Hopefully it's lots of shine. U2 War is $31.99. U2 War is $31.99. Got 2 of those left, maybe a few more around here. Metallica, this is Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning. This is $31.99. Leslie's going to be here with an empty crate. Mel says he could fly down. How much is a flight? Are you flying from? Is a store open for pickup? It's open. It's kind of sketchy right now because every once in a while we lock the doors so we can move stuff out without. We have a couple walls exposed to our back room, but as of right now, it's open. Sidewalk sale. I'm gonna say if you get here at 9 o'clock on Saturday, we're gonna start at 9 o'clock on Saturday. Friday probably 10 o'clock. Maybe not. Let me get the hours with John and Ed. They're going to be the ones handling that. There's a lot of people watching right now that can tell you if you come up for that, everything in the store also is going to be on sale, 20% off. That's even new vinyl. That means you can come in here Friday and Saturday and buy a brand new something, anything, and it's going to be 20% off. We may even match that live here on the sale that weekend. I'm not for sure. If we do that, it'll be chaotic. So, but that'll be something to look forward to. We're going to be doing sidewalk sales quite often this spring and summer. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, $38.99. Let me just go ahead and remind everybody about this box set. Tanner, the waiting list is on the laptop. This is $89.99 for Lincoln Park Meteora. We do have a waiting list for this. Austin, I only have 1 left. And then I'll read off everybody who got one. But there was 4 or 5 people that we already have on that. So this is Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, $38.99. So we have Pink Floyd, we have Metallica, and U2. U2 Pop is $36.99. U2 Pop is $36.99. Chris Stapleton, his most recent album called Starting Over, 2LP, $42.99. Chris Stapleton. Dave Matthews Band, Crash, $38.99 for Dave Matthews Band. Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. I think somebody was looking for one of these. Was it Tony Riddle? And I couldn't find the other one. Well, here it is. Number of the Beast. We might set that aside for him unless he's watching live. Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour. That's on colored vinyl, $33.99. So Michael Ling, if you need to come pick up your orders, we're pretty much regular store hours. We're regular store hours. We're just, things are kind of weird. Sometimes it's hard to have a lot of people here in the store when we're moving stuff around. Big Star, the best of Big Star, $44.99. That is $44.99 for the best of Big Star. James Taylor's Greatest Hits. Some of these is our last copy, like James Taylor's Greatest Hits. I've sold a lot of these. $28.99. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. Genesis is on yellow vinyl, $28.99. Todd, Iron Maiden is $36.99. If you don't want it, let's give it to Terry Westwood. Somebody's going to end up with that. Todd, if you don't want it, it's sold to Terry Westwood. Zach Bryan, American Heartbreak. This is the triple LP Zach Bryan, $59.99 for American Heartbreak. We also have Deanne in stock. Todd passes, so give Iron Maiden to Terry Westwood. Motley Crue, Girls, 40th Anniversary Remaster, $33.99 for Motley Crue. We got a big stack of those. Pink Floyd, A Saucer Full of Secrets, the original mono mix. Pink Floyd is $34.99. KM again. KM was Casey Musgraves. That is $33.99. That is the clear vinyl Golden Hour. Todd Tipton wants a Motley Crue. We'll give one of those to Todd. Anybody else, let me know. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. This is the 2 LP version. The 2 LP version is on black vinyl, $36.99. Pink Floyd, music from the film More. They actually did a soundtrack in the late 60s for this film. That's $34.99. Michelle Phillips on Motley Crue as well. Never can have enough of those. This is Vinyl Check, new signals and recordings to test and adjust vinyl equipment. This is actually on sale. It's been here over a year now. I think it's a vinyl test, you know, probably when you open it or do some research, you can find out more about it. But it's pretty much a test, which I've seen these before vintage. This is the only new one I've ever seen. But that's on sale price is $19.99. Let me put that up front. Kelly Gabney also wants a Motley Crue Girls. We have more of the Monkees, $42.99. This is from the Runout Groove. They're numbered, and this is all analog from the Monkees. Their classic second album, $42.99. Robert Scheffler wants the Vinyl Check. Is that right? VT Vinyl Check. Is that right, Rob Scheffler? If so, sell that to him for $19.99. There's another Pink Floyd Saucer Full of Secrets. I've got a couple of those. And Metallica Garage Inc. Metallica Garage Inc. is $54.99. Triple LP. Patrick Lear wants a Pink Floyd A Saucer Full of Secrets. That's sold to Patrick Lear. That's the mono remaster of that as it was originally recorded. And is AIC going to auction that? AIC was sold last night. Alice in Chains sold last night. $650. Going to a new home. U2 War is $31.99. U2 War is $31.99. Metallica, Ride the Lightning. This is $31.99. We had Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, $38.99. U2 Pop is $36.99. Chris Stapleton, $42.99. We have Dave Matthews Band, Casey Musgraves, Big Star, James Taylor, Genesis, Zach Bryan, Motley Crue, Pink Floyd, Pantera, Pink Floyd, More, and Metallica. Well, I'll be able to pick up my record Saturday. Yes, Saturday will be a normal day. It's just going to be a lot of people here. There's going to be an event going out on the sidewalk. $1 sidewalk sale this week. I think they do a deal if you fill up an entire crate. And maybe it's a certain price, or maybe if you buy 120 records, it's $100 or something like that. Didn't they started doing a deal like that? I'm not real for sure. I think they were doing, if you pick out 120 items, it's $100. And you got to think, 120 records is about 2 full crates right here. So that's a lot of music. And of course, we're going to have other stuff out there too as well. So, okay, Rob Scheffler got the Vinyl Check, Pink Floyd. Let's see here. Did Operation Ivy. Dennis Nelson, I still have that. I still have the Operation Ivy 45. Let me know if you're interested. And with that, I'm going to put up our first crate of new stuff. Let me put up our first crate of new stuff. And I'll start with our Japanese auctions for tonight. Our Japanese auctions for tonight as well. Todd Tipton, did you get any Winger pull-in? I didn't know that was coming out this week. Todd Tipton wants a Metallica Garage. And let's sell the Operation Ivy to Dennis Nelson for $90. I do have some new vintage arrivals. And then I've got a new punk crate I actually found. I know, it's incredible. But I found a whole nother crate of that genre of music. I don't know if we've really identified it. Punk, hardcore, metal, whatever Lawan was interested in. I found another crate of it just last night in the office. So Metallica sold to Todd. Dennis Nelson gets that to $90. And Winger comes out next week. I will try to post a pre-order for that then. Okay, new vinyl, new restocks, and new releases. We got a restock of De La Soul is Dead. Uh-oh. These are usually really tough to get. I had 2 people on a waiting list, Kyle Morgan and Jerry Stone. Kyle Morgan and Jerry Stone. I have 4 copies left. De La Soul is Dead, $36.99. I have 4 of those available. Got a restock of Kiss Revenge. Kiss Revenge is $33.99. The U.S. remaster of that. $33.99 for Kiss Revenge. Brent Rabley on De La Soul. I also just posted another pre-order of another one of their albums. De La Soul sold to Brent. Haven't had this one in a while. Weezer Pinkerton. Weezer Pinkerton is $34.99. Weezer Pinkerton, $34.99. Patrick Carter wants a Kiss Revenge. Got several of those if anybody else wants one. Not an easy... Well, so far, the first 3 albums I've shown, good luck finding originals. That's probably near impossible to find. This is definitely difficult to find. I've had them before, and I've never seen an original Pinkerton. Maybe once. What year did this come out? 2010? Yeah, maybe. But I guess OGs of that exist. Surely. I've probably had them before now that I think about it. But that's why we order a lot of new vinyl. A lot of this is really tough to get OG copies of. And I'd explain that to people. For those that's like, I'm looking for an original Kiss Revenge. And I'm like, well, it doesn't really exist. I mean, it does, but you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars. Austin Cauldron, Eric Fisher, and the third to Weezer was Kristen Barnett. Those are all three sold. I need to look into Winger then. Crown's Land did come in. Crown's Land Fearless, $49.99. I had 4 people on a waiting list. Tony Shore, Bob McKinney, Brent McKinney, and Paul Brothers. So Tony Shore, Bob McKinney, Brent McKinney, and Paul Brothers. Those were all people on a waiting list. I've got one available. That's amazing music there. Rush, Spirit of the Airwaves. This is a live show from 1980. Should be on blue vinyl. Weezerton was released in 1996. Okay. Yes, probably not easy to find an OG copy of Weezer Pinkerton then. If so, they're probably not going to be $35. Rush, Darren Meyer. Darren Meyer, you was on a waiting list for that. I have one more copy left, and that's sold to David Howard. Gin Blossom's New Miserable Experience. This came back in stock a couple weeks ago. I just got more of them because I believe we sold out, and this is $33.99. Gin Blossom's New Miserable Experience, $33.99. Gin Blossoms. A restock of Paul's Boutique. This is the Beastie Boys, $38.99. That is a double LP, tri-fold kind of fold-out jacket. Wasp, self-titled, their original release, $34.99. And the new Robert Plant Unofficial. This is Robert Plant Osaka, 1984, live in Japan. That is $44.99. I actually posted a pre-order for this. Scott Bodnar, Chris Kirkley, Susie Breedlove, Conrad Murak, Tony Murphy, James Bragg, Brandon Jackson, Tracy McFadden, and Michael Potts all pre-ordered this. This is a live Robert Plant concert from 1984. It's a 2LP, and that is an unofficial press, by the way. That comes from Parachute Records. No, this is from Gimme Recordings. Gimme Recordings. That's available through one of our distributors. Wasp is sold, and sold. Ken Crooker, Todd Tipton, and James Rayner all get a Wasp. That's back, sold out. So one more time, before I go grab, I got to get the Japanese records for tonight. We're going to put those up for auction. We got Darren Wortman wanting the Robert Plant. Let's sell that to Darren Wortman. De La Soul is Dead is $36.99. Their second album, De La Soul is Dead. I've got 3 of those left. Kiss Revenge, $33.99. Crown Lands Fearless, $49.99. Gin Blossoms New Miserable Experience, $33.99. Paul's Boutique, $38.99. And Robert Plant, $44.99. Let's see here. Darren Wortman got Robert Plant. Do you ever get any techno music like Paul Oakenfold? I don't rarely see it unless that's something we can order. That's probably not a lot of something we're going to be getting in a collection. Monica, the Hailstorm was back out of stock when I tried to reorder them. So that's back ordered. We're just kind of waiting for them to come back in. Stephanie Harper got the Robert Plant. Rydell Martin wants a De La Soul. Rob Scheffler on the Gin Blossoms. Tony Riddle on the Kiss Revenge. Those are all sold. Anybody else? Before I go grab a new crate of Japanese, and we'll go ahead and go through our first crate of new vintage stuff. William Pop wants a Gin Blossoms. That's so to see William Pop. Okay, I actually have an auction right now I can keep you entertained with while I step to the back. This was something I'm really surprised didn't sell last night. I'm going to put it up tonight for a lower start, and I feel like somebody's definitely going to get it. This is Oingo Boingo, Boingo. This is the original album, but what they've done is they've made it all into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LP, or excuse me, a 5 7-inch single box set. It includes the poster. Not easy to come by. First one I've ever had, and then last night we sold the sealed LP. We had this album sealed. I think we sold that to Paul Beal. So let's put this up for auction. I'll start it where I know it's going to get a bid and it's going to sell. And that's $35. Oingo Boingo, that's up for bid. And I'll go grab our Japanese stuff in just a second. Sean Fairweather wants the other De La Soul. And Crown's Land is awesome. I told everybody the other night, go listen to this. Go listen to the first track Starlifter, it's like 2112. This sounds a lot like Rush. Starlifter Fearless Part 2. It's like a 18-minute song. You listen to that, and you'll come back and say, Chad, I'll take a copy of Crown Lands Fearless. After about the first 3 minutes, you think you're listening to Rush Reborn. Brent Rabley is in on Oingo Boingo at 35. Okay, let me grab. I do have 2 crates of new arrivals we didn't go through last night. I've got 2 crates of Elvis. I've got more new vinyl, and we've got cassettes. I've got some I'm going to go ahead and experiment with to see what y'all are looking for, and also for pricing. I'm going to put them up for auction. We got a couple autographed metal records. Okay, where did I get to? Oingo Boingo's at 35 with Brent Rabley, going once, going twice. And we just sold, what was the Iron Maiden 40th Anniversary Edition? That was the, Terry, that's the Killers I think I sold you. Oingo Boingo's at 37. Let me go ahead and we got a whole bin of new Japanese stuff. ABBA, Frank Sinatra, Billy Joel, ABBA, soundtrack, compilation, Wings. Let's do this Western, the very best of cowboy, or excuse me, the very best of bloody Western themes. That's pretty cool. Clint Eastwood there on the cover. The best of bloody Western themes. It's got to have some, yeah, looks like lots of Ennio Morricone on here. That's a $35 start. Look at that cover. That's really cool with the Obi on there. The best of bloody Western themes. That's a $35 start for Western themes. $35 start on that. Oingo Boingo 37, now 45. Let me find that crate of new vintage arrivals from last night. It wasn't this bin. I think we went through like 5 crates last night, and everything is in one crate. Everything that's left is in one crate. And then I've got some new vintage stuff here. So, yeah, let's go through this. Okay. And this one as well. Yeah. I think some of these aren't priced. I got to figure out why they don't have sleeves and prices on them. Maybe it's something John or Paul didn't get to. I'm not real for sure. Let me figure this out. Okay, I don't think Austin Cauldron wanted the Lincoln Park, but Lincoln Park is $89.99. Lincoln Park is $89.99. That's the new release. And the waiting list for that was Amy Hutchings, Robin Pruitt, Chris Kirkley, and Fred Carnell. Amy Hutchings, Robin Pruitt, Chris Kirkley, and Fred Carnell. Those are everybody who just got a Lincoln Park Meteora 20th anniversary. This is the 4LP box. I have one left if anybody wants it. No, everything I'm showing you tonight is going to be new. And if it's something I'm going back through a second time, it's going to be really old. I went through a crate, I think Saturday night that we'd been through like earlier that night or something, and y'all like wanted to shoot me. I was like, calm down. Okay, Oingo Boingo 45, Brent Rabley, Chris Pruitt 35 on Western, Robin Pruitt 35 on Western, Oingo Boingo 50, Western 37. So Brent Rabley, you're out on Oingo Boingo. Edward Star Wars has that for 50. The Western compilation is at 37. Okay, let's see what we have in here. I really don't know. And then there's a couple things that's not sleeved. I'll figure out what's going on with those. Andy Pratt, Resolution. Andy Pratt, Resolution, $14.99. The Kennedy Witt, selection from famous speeches. That is $14.99. The Kennedy Witt. Cugat Cavalade, Xavier Cugat, $9.99. Looks like a decent looking copy for its age. It's in shrink wrap. Paul Anka, the 70s, $9.99. Paul Anka, the 70s. Lazy Racer, $9.99. Disco Single, Computer Games, Me Sex. The $9, this is $9.99. Looks like a promo copy from Epic. Me Sex, Computer Games. The Joe South Story, $9.99. Joe South Story. Been listening to a lot of him lately. Another Xavier Cugat. The King Plays Some Aces, $9.99. There was the nightly JFK record. Yep. But beautiful, Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby dressed like a pirate, $9.99. Glenn Campbell's greatest hits. Gentle My Mind, Wichita Lineman. Galveston. It took me forever to convince somebody to buy a copy of Galveston last night. This has everything, all in one. That's so to Jesse Hood. Edward Star Wars, you're out on Oingo Boingo. Brent Rabley's at 55. And final call on the country and western themes. Best of, not country western themes, bloody western themes. Big difference, I guess. 37 to Ryan Anderson. Austin says, my comment got buried, but I will take the Lincoln Park. Okay, so Austin wants that last copy we had available. The Combine, the Wranglers. What is this? The Combine Harvester. The Combine Harvester. The Wurzels. Of course, they had to write it in cursive. It's like Chinese to me. $9.99. The Skyliners, Once Upon a Time. That's also $9.99. Bing Crosby, Feels Good, Feels Right. $9.99. Charlie, music by Ravi Shankar. $19.99. Charlie, music by Ravi Shankar. Roy Clark, Super Picker. $9.99. Roy Clark, Super Picker. And the whole Burbank catalog. This is a Warner Brothers Burbank compilation. I feel like we had one of these the other night. All kinds of different music on that. $24.99. Michael Ing on the Wurzels. Michael Ing on the Wurzels. And let's see. Oingo Boingo's at 60. Edward has that at 60. Paul Gill first to Roy Clark. And let's go ahead and sell Ryan Anderson, the country. I keep on saying country. Bloody Western themes. That's sold to Ryan Anderson for $37. Brian C. got the Burbank catalog. So high bid on the Oingo Boingo is at $60 with Edward Star Wars. Charlie DeFrank and Brent Rabley, y'all are both out. How about some metal? Heavy Metal Thunder. Saxon, Rage, Demon, Rose Tattoo, and Heartbreak. This is a Japanese compilation, $25 start. Colin was at 38. Oh, he was. That was on my screen too. My bad. Let me bring that back. Sorry, Ryan. Sorry, Colin. I see that. I don't know why. I mean, I read it and everything. I don't know why I didn't acknowledge it. Sorry, Colin. Colin's at $38, the best of bloody Western themes. Retract that. It's still up for bid. This is a $25 start. Now we got 3 auctions going. That's okay. Heavy Metal Thunder, $25 start on that. Michael Ing was claiming it. Now we got 2 more bids. Randy, Bob, is Crown's Land still available? It is $49.99, Scott. Appetizers. Is this another sampler? I think it is. Yeah, this is another Warner Brothers sampler. They had a lot of samplers. The first side here has Van Morrison, Paul Butterfield, Seals and Croft, Arlo Guthrie, and Little Feat. That's $24.99. Randy Tabron's at 30 on Heavy Metal. That sampler, another sampler. This is the Warner Reprise Record Show 1969 comp. That is $29.99. And Wanda Jackson, Reckless Love Affair. Wanda Jackson, $14.99. Mother Mania, the best of the mothers from 1969. About a VG Plus cover, but the vinyl is very nice. $49.99. Okay, final call on Oingo Boingo. Brent says he's out. I'm also waiting for Charlie DeFrank to say something. But Edward's at 60 on Oingo Boingo. Ryan says he's back out on this now. So Colin has that for 38. Going twice, going 3 times. Heavy Metal, Randy was in first at 30. And Brian C. wants Appetizers and Reprise. Brian C. gets the other 2 samplers. Brian C. all over the comps tonight. He gets the other 2 samplers. Sherry, you were second. Here's Freak Out by the Mothers of Invention. This is $99.99. 1966 mono with Hot Spot ad. Hot Spot ad. $99.99. Now, let me figure out what Hot Spot ad is. Maybe that's something on the gatefold. Or is it something in here maybe? Some kind of odd, different variant. Whatever that means. $99.99. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. Either Paul or John made that note on the back. Nice looking vinyl though. The cover's about VG or VG minus. Does have some seam splits here. It's in the gatefold. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, with Hotspot ad, $99.99. That is a 66 mono Mothers of Invention Freak Out. Jefferson Starship Modern Times, that's $14.99. Jefferson Airplane Bark is $19.99. And Quiet Village, the exotic sounds of Martin Denny. That's in shrink wrap, $9.99. Now, there's a couple things here not in sleeves or prices. There's actually 2 more copies of this, and I'm not for sure why they're not in sleeves or prices, but I'll set those aside and figure that out in just a second. I hadn't got to look through these, as you can tell. Leon Russell, Hank Wilson's Back, Volume 1, $19.99. Okay, it's time to sell some auctions. Oingo Boingo is sold to Edward Star Wars for $60. The Best of Bloody Western Themes is sold to Colin for $38. And the high bid on the Heavy Metal Thunder Comp, is now at $32 with Randy Tabron. Randy has that for $32. That's going once, going twice. Randy Tabron on that. Okay, the Grease soundtrack, $35 start. We had a vintage copy, U.S. pressing the other night, maybe even last night. I know multiple people were claiming it. These Japanese pressings are really cool, especially with the obi. Really fine condition here. 2 LP with the insert. This is a $35 start. And Robin's at $40, as I figured. So, Heavy Metal's at $35. Robin's at $40 on Grease. Russell S. wants the Quiet Village, which is Martin Denny. Frog City, Southern Comfort. Frog City is $9.99. Rycooter Jazz, arranged and conducted by Joseph Bird, $19.99. Grease $40, now $45. Jerusalem, Volume 2. That is $14.99. Jerusalem, Volume 2. Tommy, original soundtrack recording, $34.99 for Tommy. And John Elefante, Defying Gravity, $34.99. John Elefante, Defying Gravity, $34.99. John Williams presents the Star Wars Trilogy. I've had new copies of this. Haven't seen an OG in quite some time. $19.99. Kevin Huffman wants the Jerusalem, and that was $14.99. I didn't have that stickered, but we'll say $14.99 on that to Kevin. Shelby Hurt on Star Wars. That's sold to Shelby Hurt. And Robin Pruitt was second on Star Wars. The Big Ball. Is this another compilation? Warner Brothers? I think it is. Yeah, this is another, The Big Ball. This is another Warner Brothers compilation. $24.99. And Jackson Browne. This is $14.99. This is his first album, self-titled, $14.99. I need to grab my bottle of water. Tammy Hinkle is usually watching. Hope she is. She's got moments left, a bit on the grease, and it looks like it's going to be a battle, as usual. Mom, I don't know whose brownies those were here at the store, but as soon as I came in, I mowed down about 4 of them. I think they're Seth's, so if those are Seth's brownies, he's going to be greatly disappointed. There was a big container of brownies on the counter when I walked in, and like 4 of them evaporated just like that. So, sorry, Mom or Seth. I don't know whose brownies those were. Frank Galena first to Jackson Browne. Ron Phillips second. Grant Peltzer wants the Elefante. That's sold to Grant Peltzer. And Rock and Roll Soul 63. Rock and Roll Soul 63. This is the music compilation, of course, but the cover has some of these really cool articles. Of course, probably the biggest event of 63, Kennedy being assassinated there on the front. $14.99. And the Best of the Gold, Volume 8, the 60s, $9.99. $9.99 on that. Okay, let me go back up to the front. Excuse me, Heavy Metal is at $37 with Randy Tabron. Grease was at $45. And those are final calls. Grease is at $45. 2 LP Japanese pressing, $45. That's going twice, going 3 times. Heavy Metal is at $37 with Randy Tabron. And I think we have Fred Cardell at $38 on Heavy Metal. And Robin's out on Grease. Heavy Metal $40, now Grease $46. What's on the Rock and Roll? Give me 1 second for that. George Jones, You're in My Heart. That is $9.99. Poussette Dart Band is $14.99. We Shall Overcome, Pete Seeger, is $9.99. And I think Kevin needs to put back that Jerusalem record. Kevin needs to put that back. The Pointer Sisters Breakout, $9.99. The Pointer Sisters Breakout. Paul Gill on George Jones, and Tanner, that one Also needs to be $9.99. Some of these are missing a few stickers. Grandmothers, looking up Granny's Dress, an anthology of the grandmothers and other ex-members of the Mothers of Invention, $19.99. And we have an Elvis box set. This is called Elvis, A Golden Celebration. That's really cool. Elvis is $79.99. A numbered collectible, $79.99 for Elvis. I don't think I've had that one before. If it has been, it's been a while. Rami Lou wants PS, which is the Pointer Sisters. And Brian C. wants Grand. That is sold to Grand, or that's sold to Brian C. Brian C., did you miss the other? I had one more Warner Brothers sampler, just so you know about that. If anybody wants Jerusalem Volume 2, Jerusalem Volume 2 is still available, $14.99. Okay, Randy's at $40 on heavy metal. Fred Carnell and everybody else is out. Heavy metal's at $40. David Bosworth is at $46 on Grease, and that's all going twice, going 3 times. Grease is at $46. We got heavy metal at $40. We got metal and Grease up for auction. One more quick recap through this bin. I'm going to go ahead and get a third auction started. Try to keep our auction block busy tonight. We might try to run 3. How about an ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2? And I think Volume 2 has some of the maybe more desirable. I know it has Dancing Queen on it, so look at this, a beautiful copy. ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2. That's a $35 start. Pristine with insert and Obi, $35 start on ABBA. I'm going to lay ABBA right over here on the corner until we end these 2 auctions. Very quickly, I'm going to recap this bin. Andy Pratt, Resolution. The Kennedy Wit. Some of these I need to put stickers on. Xavier Cugat. If you want prices, let me know. Paul Anka, the 70s. Lazy Racer. Me Sex. Joe South Story. Xavier Cugat. Bing Crosby. The Skyliners. Bing Crosby, Feels Good, Feels Right. Charlie, Ravi Shankar. Wanda Jackson, Reckless Love Affair. The Best of the Mothers. Freak Out by the Mothers. Jefferson Starship, Modern Times. Jefferson Airplane. Leon Russell. Frog City, Southern Comfort. Rycooter Jazz. The soundtrack for Tommy. The Big Ball. Rock and Roll Soul, 1963. That has Bob and Earl, Gene Chandler, The Olympics, Bobby Bland, The Tams, Lonnie Mack, The Impressions, Bobby Bland, Raindrops, Lou Christie, The Olympics, and Betty Everett. A lot of artists on ABC. The Best of Gold, Volume 8. Poussette Dart Band, We Shall Overcome, The Elvis Box, and Jerusalem. Okay. Mom's Apple Pie is already sold. Mom's Apple Pie is already sold. That got sold last night. All right, Grease is sold to David Bosworth. That is sold to David Bosworth for... Grease is slippery. Whoa. Grease is sold to David Bosworth for $46. Randy Tabron gets the heavy metal comp. That's sold for $40. And ABBA is a $35 start. Chris Pruitt wants the rock and roll. Chris Pruitt wants the rock and roll compilation. Where is that? That's sold to Chris Pruitt. How much on Zappa? Zappa, there's 2 Zappas. The Mother Mania is $49.99. And the Mothers of Invention Freakout is a 1966 mono with hotspot ad, $99.99. John Duran wants Best of Gold. That's the 60s comp. Price and condition of Who. The Who is $34.99. This is a 2LP. Looks about like a VG Plus cover. Very nice vinyl. That's $34.99. Brittany Bragg wants the Jefferson Airplane Bark. What is the Elvis box? That is called Elvis, A Golden Celebration. Elvis, A Golden Celebration. Sun Sessions, Dorsey Brothers Stage Show, Mississippi, Alabama Fair and Dairy Show. Early stuff. We got stuff all through the mid-50s. Elvis at Home, Germany, 58 and 60. Elvis, Burbank, California, 68. A lot of rare and unreleased stuff. Let's see. Ed Nelson said sold on Tommy. If anybody else wants anything in there, please let me know. Final call for ABBA. There's a few I need to get priced along with Jerusalem, and for some reason these Mothers of Invention aren't priced either. Guess those got accidentally slipped in there. Okay, I've got a whole crate of new vinyl to show you, along with more new new vinyl arrivals. Let me go behind the counter and get those. Final call on ABBA if you want to place a bid. If not, then I'm going to go ahead and put up Top Artist Series Frank Sinatra Deluxe, which this is a VG Plus condition for a Japanese pressing. This is a $25 start. $25 start. So has a couple scuffs on it. Nothing to affect playback, but just uncommon with the way we normally like to have these Japanese pressings. $25 start. Nice cover. Wow, really cool colors on the gatefold. $25 start, has the gold foiling there, and that is $25 start. Okay, more info on Freakout, condition of cover, sleeve. The cover was VG minus. It was very nice, just had some seam splits. I'll show it to you in one more second. Kirk is at $35 on ABBA, final call. No condition notes on Elvis, $79.99. Ry Cooder was $19.99. Price on EP Gold, $79.99. Frank Sinatra, $25.25 and $27. Lots of questions tonight, but that's a good thing. That means people are interested. Better than no questions. Right, Tanner?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Okay, Robin Pruitt's at 27 on Frank Sinatra. We're at a fast pace tonight. Really fast pace. I like it. That's what happens when we start an hour late. We have to make up for it. So I talk at twice the speed. Okay. We have, these are already sold. Michael Nath, you ordered these. They just finally came in. These are LP dividers. You know, like where you can write the title. They're black. They're the best quality they make, as in 40 point. These are $19.99. They are black LP dividers. I've already got 2 packs sold to Michael Nath. I was just going to see if anybody else wanted any. I don't have any extra right now, but we can get those to you. Tool Undertow. We had a older pressing of this last night. Here's a new sealed copy remaster. Tool Undertow. Those are $33.99. Fishbone is from Music on Vinyl. $44.99. Fishbone Truth and Soul. 35th anniversary edition of 1000, and that's on red vinyl. They're numbered on the back. Fishbone is $44.99. Tool Lateralis. Tool is $44.99. The hype sticker has a little bit of a tear in it, but that's a 2LP picture disc for Tool Lateralis. That is $44.99. We got a restock of Judas Priest Painkiller. $28.99 for Judas Priest Painkiller. There was a few people waiting on that. Todd Tipton, and that's Michael Nath's record divider. So yeah, Judas Priest, there was Todd Tipton waiting on that one. I've got 4 more left to sell. Let's go ahead and sell Kirk Fields the ABBA for $35. Kirk Fields gets the ABBA for $35. Frank Sinatra was $25, $25, $27, $28, and Todd Tipton wants a Judas Priest. Todd, I've already got one pulled for you. Marvin Gaye Collected, 2LP, $44.99. This is the Essential Marvin Gaye tracks, $44.99. Stacy Brown, did I get a Lincoln Park? I did not have your name down. I've got Amy Hutchings, Robin Pruitt, Chris Kirkley, and Fred Carnell. If you need one, let me know, because when I looked up the price for those, they were still in stock. Here's another soundtrack, $35 start. This is Footloose in shrink wrap with the hype sticker and the Obi, the classic Footloose soundtrack, $35 start. So Marvin Gaye Collected, I've got 2 of those left for $44.99. And the best of the B-52s, Dance This Mess Around, the B-52s. That is $38.99. $38.99 for the B-52s. Carole King, Tapestry, live in Hyde Park. That's from Music on Vinyl. That is numbered, limited, colored vinyl. Carole King, Tapestry, live in Hyde Park, $44.99. There was one person waiting on that. Paul Brothers. Paul Brothers, I've got you down for Carole King. The Star Wars Saga, music composed by John Williams. Main title, Imperial March, Yoda's theme. This is the Essential Star Wars music. That is $44.99. That is from Music on Vinyl at the movies. Cool hype stickers on those as always. A restock of the fairly new, or I guess this is a restock, Bill Withers live at Carnegie Hall. That's a 2LP, 45 RPM. Bill Withers live at Carnegie Hall, MoFi pressing. Those are $69.99. All right, Frank Sinatra is sold to Romelu for $28. Looking for a $35 start on Footloose before I start a new auction. Alice Lowry wants a B-52s, best of B-52s, and Chris Pruitt wants a Tool Lateralis. That's sold to Chris Pruitt. Another restock, Dire Straits MoFi pressing, 2LP, 45 RPM of Dire Straits self-titles. So Bill Withers MoFi, Dire Straits MoFi, and this is a new release at the movies from Music on Vinyl, Spider-Man Homecoming, original motion picture soundtrack, a limited edition pop-up deluxe cover of 2,000 copies on blue vinyl. It has a pop-up gatefold and a Spider-Man etching on side D. That's $46.99. These are numbered on the back. We got number 164 and 165. Spider-Man is $46.99. Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, this is new from MoFi. This is Warren Zevon, Excitable Boy. Excitable Boy. That is $69.99. 2LP, 45 RPM. These are numbered. We got 966 and 965. That's new. That was announced. That's one of those that they surprise announce and then they have them ready to ship. That's Warren Zevon, Excitable Boy. Footloose is going final call before I make that a buy it now. Yeah, I need to show those. Okay, let me do another soundtrack here, and let me do 2 more soundtracks. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make Footloose a buy it now. So Footloose, if anybody wants that, $35, Japanese press, and 2 other classic soundtracks. 2001 Space Odyssey, very cool, has the Obi there on it. Awesome artwork on this, front and back. Has the insert, pristine Japanese pressing. Yeah, look at that. Very cool. $35 start. That's 2001, A Space Odyssey. And the classic, The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music. And that's a $35 start as well. Gatefold. Booklet. $35 start. All right. So $35.30. David says he'd give $30 for Footloose. Sell that to David Bosworth for $30. Chris is in on Space Odyssey at $35. Dire Straits was $69.99. Dire Straits was $69.99. A restock of the Cars Candy O, another MoFi pressing, $49.99. The Cars Candy O, $49.99 for Cars Candy O. Night Beat. I haven't had this before from Analog Productions. This is Sam Cooke. Night Beat, Mr. Soul, Sam Cooke, Analog Productions, $69.99. $69.99 from Analog Productions. That's a 2LP 45 RPM Sam Cooke. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. A few of them have seam splits, though. A few of them have seam splits. Leonard Skinner, pronounced Leonard Skinner. That's once again the Analog Productions, 2LP 45 RPM, $69.99. Kiss, Rock and Roll Over, and this is the alternate version with the German S's, $44.99. That's the import with the alternate S's, $44.99. The other Leonard Skinner we have is Gimme Back My Bullets. That is $69.99. Gimme Back My Bullets. Howlin' Wolf from Music on Vinyl. Howlin' Wolf is $38.99. Judas Priest, Point of Entry. Judas Priest, haven't had that one in a while, $28.99. And Tool, Fear Inoculum, $76.99. Fear Inoculum, $76.99. All right, Space Odyssey is at $37 with Chris Pruitt. Sound of Music is at $35. Dennis Nelson wants a Judas Priest. All right, I'm going to go through that crate one more time. Martin Pryor also wants a Judas Priest. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I should have been on the pre-sale list for Linkin Park set when they came in. Well, make sure you don't have an invoice for it. You may have had just an invoice for that and it didn't get to you, or maybe it was sent to your email and you didn't see it. So you might want to check that. All right, and if I missed anything else, let me know because I'm about to go back to this crate. Fred Carnell's at $38 on Space Odyssey and Final Call on Sound of Music. Todd Tipton on Judas Priest Point of Entry. That will be a waiting list. That will be a waiting list for Todd Tipton. Todd, I don't have any more Judas Priest, so let me know if you're okay with a waiting list. And Nick, the only docking I have is a box set. I got a box set of their first 4 albums. Here's what's left. Tool Undertow, Fishbone, Judas Priest Painkiller, Marvin Gaye Collected, B-52s, The Best Of, Carole King Live in Hyde Park, Star Wars Saga. We have Bill Withers at Carnegie Hall, Dire Straits, Spider-Man Homecoming, a couple copies of that. Warren Zevon, MoFi, Cars MoFi, Candy O, Sam Cooke Analog Productions, Leonard Skinner Analog Productions, Kiss Rock and Roll Over, Leonard Skinner Give Me Back My Bullets, Howlin' Wolf, and Tool Fear Inoculum. Any Kiss? We've got about 7 Kiss albums in stock. I don't have any OGs for sale. They instantly sell. There is no Kiss left behind when I show it. I'll have new albums, though. I've got several new albums. You just got to let me know what you're looking for. Grant Peltzer also on the waiting list with Point of Entry with Todd Tipton. We got Mike Vandergits wants the Howlin' Wolf Rockin' Chair album. And Martin, yes, you did get a... Point of Entry, yes. Grant Peltzer also wants a Point of Entry waiting list. How much is Kiss Rock and Roll Over? That is the... If you notice, that's not the actual Kiss logo. That's the German version with the other S's. They can't use the Lightning Strike S's in Germany. Those are $44.99. I'm looking for Kiss Alive 2. I don't have that as an OG or on new vinyl. Andy Wade wants one of the new Warren Zevon MoFi pressings. I've got one left if anybody else wants one. Alive 2 hasn't been pressed on new vinyl for some reason in quite some time. If we get an OG copy in, it will be auctioned right here. I probably have 4 or 5. We just put them up for auction here on this page occasionally. Andy Wade also wants Painkiller. Let's go ahead and sell Sound of Music. Sound of Music is sold for $35 to John Duran. I think they're still bidding on 2001 A Space Odyssey. We had 37, then we had 38, and Chris said he was out. So Fred Carnell has that for 38. Final call. When I come back, I'm going to sell that. Let me go ahead and put up a crate of new vintage arrivals, which I have not gone through. I also have a crate of punk, hardcore, metal, whatever. I don't know if we need to call that a word. We just need to summarize all that into one word so y'all know what I'm talking about. Kiss can use the original logo. It was choice of Kiss. The logo is not forbidden. Never was. Okay. Not what I've been told, but I'll take your word for it. Space Odyssey is sold to, let's sell that to Fred Carnell for $38. I've got new Japanese pressings right over here. I got some cool 7-inch singles too. We might do 2 of those next. And I've got some stuff that I might re-auction from last night that didn't sell. I'll reduce some prices. And speaking of Kiss, look at that. I think we had one of these last week. Kiss, Hard Luck Woman, and Mr. Speed, Japanese 7-inch single. That is a $20 start. And if we're going to have Kiss, we got to have some disco, which is Earth, Wind, and Fire. And that's a $20 start. And I'll get you those 2 tracks in just a second. I can't read Japanese. I got a couple Beatles, CCR, Billy Joel. Who is this? The Doors? Wow. Got some cool Japanese 7-inch singles. And then I'll put up some more stuff in just a second. All right, so we have Kiss, Hard Luck Woman, and Mr. Speed, Japanese 7-inch single. That's a $20 start. And we have Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Love's Holiday. Oh, and September. There you go. September. We all know that one. $20 start. $20 start on that. And we have a $25 bid on Kiss. $20 on Earth, Wind, and Fire. September, Japanese 7-inch single. New vintage arrivals. We have Boogie Woogie. Boogie Woogie Greatest Hits. It looks like it's a compilation. It is. $14.99. Boogie Woogie's Greatest Hits. The Lovin' Spoonful. You're a Big Boy Now. That's a sealed copy. Sealed, unopened. Lovin' Spoonful with hop sticker. $19.99. Elvis, the 56 Sessions, Volume 2. Elvis is a 1978 UK pressing. $19.99. Man in the Middle, original soundtrack album. That looks kind of odd. Man in the Middle, 1999 soundtrack. A Portrait of Ray Charles, 1999. Friendship, Ray Charles is 1999. And Ray Charles, Sweet and Sour Tears. Ray Charles. Those are all 1999. Cactus, looks like self-titled. Has a little bit of cover damage. Looks like it got wet over here. Visually, you can't tell it, but you can definitely feel it when you look at it. That's an original on Atco, $24.99. Richard Group, First to Spoon. That was Lovin' Spoonful. That's sold to Richard Group, the sealed copy. And String Along With Me, Jane Mansfield. The Shadvari Strings, Play Your Favorites, $19.99. Final call on Kiss, $25. And final call on Earth, Wind, and Fire if anybody wants to get in. The Pedal Jets today, the Pedal Jets, $9.99. Duke Ellington on the Air Volume 2. Duke Ellington is $9.99. There is our another nightly JFK record. I don't have this one, so it's not for sale. Sorry, I'm purchasing that. Cleopatra, we had some of these last night. Cleopatra soundtrack, 1999. Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton movie, that's 1999. Ken Crooker wants the Jane Mansfield. Mike Vandergits first on Duke Ellington. Steve Botsford second, and Lisa Davidson was third. Houston is $14.99, and Dave Grusin and Lee Rittenauer. Harlequin, Dave Grusin, $9.99. Peter, Paul, and Mary, In the Wind, $9.99 for PPM. Procol Harum, Broken Barricades, that's $19.99. And another Duke Ellington. Is that what that says? Ellingtonina. Ellington's All-Stars. Yeah, $9.99. Jeff Malwitz on Procol Harum. Let's go ahead and sell Kiss for $25 to Todd Tipton. If anybody wants the Earth, Wind, and Fire September Japanese 7-inch single, we'll make that a buy it now for $20. That's September, Earth, Wind, and Fire, $20 start on that. Let me do those two in the back that look really cool. We had a Beatles one, and we had a Beatles one, I think. Let me do those. These are both, let me make sure that wasn't check condition. Okay, I'll let him know on that. This one wasn't. Okay. All right, so we have the Beatles. This is VG Plus on this, as you can tell. This is an EP from Japan. Twist and Shout and She Loves You. I Want to Hold Your Hand and Please Please Me. Has a little bit of a corner ding right up here. That actually can be corrected a little bit. Twist and Shout, Please Please Me. I Want to Hold Your Hand, She Loves You. Japanese Odeon. Really cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that one before. That's a $20 start. That's a $20 start. And we have The Doors. We have The Doors, and this is also a $20 start. Love Street, and the A-side is Hello, I Love You. In parentheses, Won't You Tell Me Your Name. That's also about a VG Plus. So this is, these are VG Plus, Hello, I Love You, and Love Street. We got The Doors. That's really cool. And the Beatles. Those are two there I wouldn't mind having myself, but they're now up for auction. The Beatles and The Doors, and also the one we just sold, Kiss. I need to start keeping some of those whenever we get them in. So, Beatles and Doors. All right, and Earth, Wind, and Fire is sold to Bob McKinney for $20. Cameo, She's Strange. That's a 12-inch single, $9.99. Maxwell Rock Sampler. This is $14.99. Maxwell Rock Sampler, $14.99. Henry Paul Band, Feel the Heat. Henry Paul Band is $14.99. Henry Paul Band, Grey Ghost is $14.99. Graham Nash and David Crosby, $19.99. Henry Paul, 3 Henry Paul albums. That one's $14.99. And Don Menza and his 80s big band, Burnin'. Don Menza and his 80s big band, Burnin'. That's a real-time digital recordings. Looks like a high-quality pressing there. $19.99. Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind. Dean Martin did Gentle on My Mind. White label promo, $14.99. That's a white label promo, Dean Martin, $14.99. I think Craig wants the Maxwell sampler, Maxwell. That's sold to Craig. Beatles, $20. So we do have a bid on the Beatles. The Doors was at $20, $22, now $25. And Lisa Davidson wants the Dean Martin. Those are both sold. Gloria Gaynor, Love Tracks. This has I Will Survive on it. $9.99. Gloria Gaynor. Earl Scruggs Review, $14.99. Gold stamp promo on the back. TJ Shepard, Slow Burn, $14.99 for T.G. Shepard, not TJ, TG. The Moonlighting Soundtrack, $19.99. Osley Brothers, Chubby Checker, Al Jarreau, Bob James, Linda Ronstadt, etc. And we have Earl Scruggs performing with his family friends, $19.99. Paul Gill wants the Earl Scruggs Review. Brittany Bragg was second. Before that, Chris Pruitt wants Gloria Gaynor. Those are both sold. I don't want the sampler. I was just putting down how it's pronounced. Oh, it's not Maxwell. It's Max L. Never mind. Craig wasn't making a purchase. Okay. Another Earl Scruggs review. Earl Scruggs Review Family Portrait. There's another one, $14.99. Craig Weatherford on Moon Lightning. That's sold to Craig Weatherford. Jackson Brown, Lawyers in Love. That's in shrink wrap, $14.99. And the Mason Williams Ear Show. Never seen that one before. Mason Williams Ear Show, $9.99. Let's see here. Craig Weatherford, we already pulled that one. Paul Gill wants Family Earl Scruggs. Maybe I think Paul wants this one as well. I think Paul wants that one as well. Tracks. Nope, wait a minute. There is 3 Earl Scruggs. He wants Family and Friends. That's sold to Paul Gill. So Earl Scruggs Family Portrait is still available. Tom's in on the Beatles at 22. And let me figure out timeout on the 45s. Sherry Darnell's the high bidder on the Doors. Sherry Darnell's at 25 on the Doors. And the Beatles is at New Bia. Tom Ionowski's at 22. Pamela Yeager put I in, but she meant Jackson Brown. And Brittany, the other two Earl Scruggs are sold. Since you made an offer, that means you have dibs on this one. And Paul Gill says he would take it. So that is, we had 3 Earl Scruggs. Paul Gill was first. He got the review. And then you were second on that second one. You were second on the first one, is the way I assumed. Then Paul Gill got the second one, and now you've got dibs on the third if you want it. That was kind of confusing because they were all shown simultaneously, but it was Paul, and you have dibs on that one unless you want it, because Paul just says he does. So that's up to you. 3,000 miles from home, WNPA, $14.99. New York Port Authority, $19.99. Brittany Bragg says she will take it. The Henry Paul albums, we had Henry Paul, Grey Ghost, and Henry Paul, Feel the Heat. Those were all $14.99 each, Clay. George Jones, Singing the Blues, $9.99. That's on Mercury. And Dionne Warwick, Promises, $9.99. So the Beatles is at 23. We can go ahead and sell the Doors. No one has set out. No one else has bid, though. That goes to Sherry Darnell for $25. Tom Ionowski, let me know if you're in or out on the Beatles. That's at 23. Lisa Davidson wants the George Jones. The Warren Zevon is $69.99. That's the new MoFi release. T.G. Shepherd again, Daylight. T.G. Shepherd, $14.99. Peter Paul and Mary, album 1700. $9.99 for Peter Paul and Mary. John Denver, Windsong, $9.99. George Jones, Love Bug, $9.99. Jimmy Dean, Big Bad John, $9.99. Exile, self-titled, that's also $9.99. And Maynard Ferguson, MF Horn and MF Horn 2, $19.99. So let's see, that last George Jones, it was Paul Gill, Lisa Davidson, and Leslie Holt, and Paul Gill was first to this one. Tom Ionowski's at 25 on the Beatles. We need to get to, let's see, I need to get more George Jones out. I know we have a bunch in the back. Let me read those titles one more time. Before I do that, let me put up a new Japanese auction. The last Frank Sinatra was popular, so how about we do this one? I think it's another compilation, but I'm not real for sure. It's just called Frank Sinatra. The way it's packaged, it looks like it's a Japanese compilation. So this is called Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra. It's a 2 LP Japanese pressing. By some of the tracks, it looks like it is a compilation. And this is a $35 start. So there's Sinatra. 1, 2 LP. Come Fly With Me, My Way. Yeah, this is that's life. This is a compilation. So Frank Sinatra, kind of a 2 LP Japanese comp. Vinyl is near mint pristine. The cover is about VG+. It does have an original Japanese price tag. Has some tape on the back, a little bit of foxing, but it does have the Obi. Not bad, $35 start. Final call on the Beatles at 25 since Leslie's out. Here's what's left in here. Boogie Woogie's Greatest Hits. Elvis, the 56 Sessions, Volume 2. If you need any prices, let me know. Man in the Middle soundtrack. We got 3 Ray Charles. A Portrait of Ray, Friendship, and Sweet and Sour Tears. We also still have Cactus, The Pedal Jets, the Cleopatra soundtrack, Dave Grusin, Lee Ritenour, Houston, Peter Paul and Mary, another Duke Ellington, surprisingly still available, Cameo, the 3 Henry Paul albums, Henry Paul, Henry Paul, Henry Paul, David Crosby and Graham Nash, Don Menson and his 80s big bands, the Mason Williams Ear Show, T.G. Shepherd Slow Burn, 3,000 Miles from Home, New York Port Authority, Dionne Warwick, T.G. Shepherd again, another Peter, Paul, and Mary, John Denver, Jimmy Dean, Exile, and Maynard Ferguson. Those are all still available. Let me first have a drink of water before I can continue. I did not hit the mute button. They heard me drink every drop of that. Whew. I feel better now. I've been feeling dehydrated since we started. Okay, Frank Sinatra, 35, 35, 36. Will you do Cactus for 17? Cactus for 17. Let's sell that to Colin Butler for $17. It does have some cover damage. 37. Any hits on that first Boogie and the Maxwell? Yeah, we need to put that Maxwell back if you hadn't already done that, the one Craig claimed. Tanner's pulled it. We just hadn't. Some of the tracks are Pinetop Smith, Joe Sullivan, Maud, Lux Lewis, Art Hodes, Louis Jordan, Red Nelson, Honey Hill, Pete Johnson, Albert Amons, Bob Zirk, Freddie Slack. That's some of the artists on there. Let me know if you want that or any other information. Romy Lou's at 38 on Frank Sinatra. We were at 36, so now 38. We are at 37, now 38. What was the Cameo album? It was actually a 12-inch single. Cameo was She's Strange. She's Strange, $9.99. Clay Moore, Henry Paul bundle, 1, 2, 3. I'll give you $6 off and sell those for $12, $12, $12. $12, $12, $12 if you want those, Clay Moore. How could you say no? Hendry, the Rush hasn't come back in yet. Is the Nash in a die-cast sleeve? Yes, I think you mean die-cut, but yes, I know what you mean. Yes, it's in a die-cut here with the picture of David and Graham. Nathan Myers said Ray Charles bundle. Same thing on these, Nathan. Well, let me see what I had them priced. Well, yeah, 15. I'll do, it's pretty much like buy one, get one almost free. I'll do those for 15, 15, 15. We'll see if Nathan wants those. So 12, 12, 12, 15, 15, 15. Pass on Boogie. Did you say Duke Ellington Nina? We had Ellington Nina. No, what's it called? I don't know really. Ellington Nona. Ellington Ia. Ellington Ia is what that says. I don't know what's going on here, but it's $9.99. John Porter says maybe the Max. So this is not Maxwell, it's Max L. There's no W in that, is there? There's no W. Some of the songs on Max L, that is Easy Come, Easy Go, Odyssey, Omaha Sheriff, Hall & Oates, Harvey Mason, Alan Parsons Project, Triumph is on here, Starbuck, Feel So Good, The Straubs, and Rufus and Shaka Khan. Let's see here. Let me get back up to where I was. Bob McKinney says MF 1 and 2 price. MF 1 and 2, Bob McKinney, was $19.99. Next comment was 7 for Jimmy Dean. Go ahead and sell that to John Duran for $7. I'm going to lay that there. Craig Johnson wants Tool Fear Inoculum. That was in this last crate. This is sold to Craig Johnson. If anybody else wants one, let me know. They're $76.99. Clay Moore got the Henry Paul, and those were 12, 12, and 12. Nathan Myers got the Ray Charles. Those were 15, 15, 15. Did you get more CA Quintet? I have not got those in yet. No, I have not got those in yet. John Porter says he'll take the Max L comp. That's sold to John Porter, and I think we are caught up. That was a flurry of activity there. I'm kind of dizzy. I need more water. I'll mute my mic this time because I'm going to go ahead and just like, you know, this is going to be eliminated. I'm back. Boy, y'all wearing me out. I'm over here. I'm going to have an IV plugged into me. Paul Gill, $7.50 for Cameo. Sure. Sell that to Paul Gill. There's the Cameo to Paul Gill. I'm also going to end the Beatles auction. Paul got that for $7.50. High bid on the Beatles that's a while back. Leslie was out. That sold to Tom Ulanowski for $25. And final call on the Frank Sinatra. Romelu was at 38. I don't know if I ever did a final call on that, but he's at 38. Anybody else on this crate before I go grab some new stuff? Let me see what else I can put up for auction. Let me see if there's anything in this bin. I was going to see if we had anything in the bin, the 45 bin from last night. We'll have some fun with Spoon. Let's put that up. And what else do we got? Let's do this T-Rex box. Yeah, on the Beatles, yeah. All right, so we got Spoon, Anticipation. This is an original 2005 single from Spoon. This is Anticipation and Heads, $5 start. $5 start on Spoon. And I showed this last night. This is Electric Warrior. This is an original release from Record Store Day. This is Record Store Day, Electric Warrior. It's the complete album on 45 RPM singles. And there's the original Record Store Day. Has some inserts with it. Yeah, that's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7-inch singles. T-Rex, Electric Warrior. I think y'all remember what I had that price for. It was not cheap. I'm trying to figure out how to fold this box back together. I'm not having much luck. There we go. Kind of a fragile box. There we go. $35 start on this. $35 start on T-Rex Electric Warrior. Okay, that's up for bid. Let me make room. So no one else bid on Sinatra. That's sold to Romelu for $38. T-Rex is a $35 start. $35 start. Jeff said he'd give $7 for John Denver. Let's pull that for Jeff Mallwitz. Okay, T-Rex is at 40 of Ed Nelson. Bob McKinney wants GM. Is that something in here? I'm going to keep this crate handy. Let me go to the back and get the other crate. And I got more stuff you've never seen before. Or if you have, I don't remember it. So it's going to be somewhat new. Hopefully it is new. All right, I hope Jim Engelman, Mike Massey, Dennis Nelson, Sean Fairweather, Martin Pryor, and who else? Anybody else that said metal in the last few seconds. I've got a crate of stuff that I don't think you've ever seen before. Let me take them off camera just for a second. Make sure there's nothing here I want to auction so you don't get any sneak peeks. I never know really with this stuff. There's also a couple hip-hop albums in here. I'm looking for stuff like Misfit. Oh, I know. I found a couple behind when I was cleaning in here the other night. I found a Misfits picture disc and something else that I think I pulled one night at the auction and it fell behind a crate. Ooh, Ministry. Let's see what that is. Is that a single or? I'll just leave that in there. Okay, yeah, I've never had these before. Wow, the Ramones. Zoetrope? Are these priced? What's going on here? Yeah, okay. All right. Back up to the crate. All right, we had let's see, wow, a lot of stuff. We had Spoon at $5 with Paul Beal. John Denver, we sold that. T-Rex is at 40, T-Rex 42, T-Rex 45, T-Rex 45. T-Rex 47. Alan the Boogie was called Boogie Woogie's Greatest Hits, which was a comp. T-Rex 50. And so Spoon is at $5 with Paul Beal. That's going twice, going 3 times. Okay. Get ready for some entertainment, whether it's how fast these sell or how much I struggle with the bin. Final call on T-Rex. Fred Carnell's at 48. Final call on Spoon, $5. First one, I have no idea. Natchez Mizium Assassins. That is $24.99. 2008 yellow vinyl. Spoon is at $6 for Fred Carnell. Doom. F. Peaceville. That is $34.99, 1995. 1995. Spoon 6, Spoon 8. Ned's out on T-Rex. That's a final call from last crate. Elvis for $15. Sold. Elvis $15. The 56 session. Sell that to David Hilton for $15. John Mincemoyer first on Doom. Yeah, John Mincemoyer was the other name I left out. Some of our top metal buyers. Patty was second. Feel So Fine. The Birth of Jamaican Ska. That is $26.99. A 2015 UK comp. The Accused, the archive tapes, 81 to 86, 2006 Canada, $24.99. Mike Massey, first on ska. Colin Butler, second. Psycho, studio recordings, 82 to 86, $24.99. That is from 2008. GMW, One Time Gaffled Him Up. This is Compton's Most Wanted, $27.99. So the ska went to Mike, Colin was second, Alan was third, Craig was fourth, Orlando was fifth, Mike Massey first on The Accused, Brittany Bragg sixth on ska, and Mike Massey first on Psycho. Then we have GMW. T-Rex is sold to Fred Carnell. This is sold to Fred Carnell for $48. And final call on Spoon. Fred Carnell, if you're still bidding, let me know because Paul has that for $8, and that's a final call. Alan Hevelone is first on GMW or CMW. Is that CMW or GM? Compton's Most Wanted. That's a C. That's sold to Alan Hevelone. Final call on Spoon. Let me grab another auction. Since we're in the Doom and Metal crate and hardcore rap, we need to really, really try to balance out that with some nice, easy Billy Joel, The Stranger. This one is just a $25 start. EX on the vinyl, so not a pristine copy. So, you know, you can chill out to just the way you are. $25 start. EX on that one has the inner sleeve, nice cover, and Obi, $25 start. Bob McKinney had 50 on T-Rex. Yes or no? If he did, we need to bring that one back because I didn't never see that. Plus, I've done a final call. I assumed that he did, $50. It was before. Bob, are you still with us? Because he never did say anything. That's why sometimes I do final calls and I'm like, well, hopefully people can hear me. If I miss their bid, they'll bid it again. But because you can bid the same bid 3 or 4 times. So I guess we need to bring that back for just a second. That's the second auction I've screwed up tonight. I don't like messing up auctions. So Bob says he's in at 50. Fred Carnell, you're out. T-Rex is at $50. Billy Joel's a $25 start. Does that say Beastie Boys? That doesn't say Beastie Boys, does it? $49.99, or does it? $49.99. I mean, what else could it say? Beastie Boys? Yeah, Beastie Boys. Wow. Beastie Boys. Hip-hop sampler. That's cool. $49.99. 1994 promo. That is really cool. UGK, Underground Kings, Dirty Money. That is $49.99. 2020 green vinyl. 2020 green vinyl. This cover feels like it's got wet at one point. It's wavy. But this is $29.99. This is called In Autrum, Forever Blasphemy. Okay. I bid way before you caught it. Yeah, I didn't see it, but if any time for anybody watching, if I miss your bid and I'm doing like a final call, going 3, going 4 times, and I'm not saying your name, then you might want to bid again, especially if I've set a final call and you bid a long time ago, because that means I probably missed it, especially when we have a lot of comments. So Fred Carnell, let me know if you're out on that. He says out. Let's just go ahead and sell that then. That's sold to Bob McKinney for $50. Spoon is sold to Paul Bill for $8. That means Billy Joe can be moved over here for a $25 start, which Lisa's in. And the Beastie Boys is sold to Dennis Nelson. Dennis was first of the Beastie Boys. Then Mike. Then Joe Maynard. Final call on Billy Joe. A Clockwork Army, The Black Mariahs, 1999. Bitter End, Illusions of Dominance, 1999. These terrible titles. 1999. I'll just let y'all look at that one. 1999. 2014 US. Deceased, Luck of the Corpse, $39.99. Defiance, No Further, No Hope, $29.99. I feel like you don't say the T, but I'm going to say Necro. That is $29.99, 2018 green vinyl. Back Track, Lost in Life. There's an NY in there somewhere too. $69.99 on that one. BSN, Despo Butchery, $19.99. Revenge of the Stegosaurus from Outer Space. Wow. Revenge of the, well, there's another word behind that. I can't really make it out. The Revenge of the Kamikaze Stegosaurus from Outer Space. $24.99 from 1988. And what do we have here? It looks like a money sign with an S and a scythe. That is $34.99. Okay, back up to the top. Let's go ahead and sell Billy Joe to Lisa Davidson for $25. We have, I make the crate very dramatic. Paul Bill first on Clockwork. That's sold to Paul Bill. Mike Massey on Defiance. That's sold to Mike Massey. Jared Benoit was second. Mike Massey first on the Revenge of the Stegosaurus. That's sold to Mike Massey. And Joe Maynard just bid on Billy Joe. I just sold that one. Now that one I can't pull back, Joe, because I've already said sold and that wasn't on my screen. Sorry about that. But I think I have another copy I can sell tonight. This is Harlot Extinction. $29.99. Burnt Orange Marbled Vinyl. Day of Mourning, Your Future's End, $24.99. And Dag Nasty, Dag with Sean, that is $24.99. Jared Benoit wants Deceased. That was, let me see, was that still in here? Deceased. Yeah, that's sold to Jared Benoit. Let's go ahead and pull Dag Nasty for Mike Massey. Dennis was second. He said cancel, so that goes to Dennis Nelson. Craig, you were third. Is there a spine on the unknown one? This is called Isla Pryor, ILSAPREYER, $34.99. And Dayglow Abortions, Here Today, Guano Tomorrow, and that is $39.99. $39.99, 1988, Canada. That's sold to Dennis Nelson. Price on UJK. Yes, I forgot about you there, Rydell. The UJK Dirty Money was $49.99. That's a 2020 green vinyl. 2020 green vinyl. Okay, let me pull up a couple new auctions. We have the flying theme. That's interesting. Let's put this up for auction, and we'll do another Japanese 7-inch, which is Green River CCR. This is called, I think it's a John Williams compilation of some sort. I'll Seat, the flying theme. E.T., Chariots of Fire, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yes, Giorgio, New York, New York. E.T., Gone with the Wind, Wizard of Oz, Singing in the Rain. Well, John Williams didn't do those, but John Williams and the Boston Pops. That's an EX copy. It looks like a soundtrack compilation by John Williams and the Boston Pops. $25 start. $25 start. And then here's Green River by CCR. I've never had that before. Green River and Commotion. Japanese 7-inch on Liberty. That's a $20 start. The ET comp is $25 and CCR is $20. All right, we pulled that. We pulled Toby Grimm was second on that. What was the title of the album? Okay, let me find that. And then we also have Price on Harlot, and Clay Moore says he wants it. Okay, so that was Day of Mourning. Did I show that one already? Day of Mourning, Your Future End, $24.99. Here's the one that Todd just asked about. It is $29.99. It's a 2017 German pressing. Burnt Orange Marbled Vinyl, number 58 of 100. Number 58 of 100. That's $29.99. Todd, if you don't want it, Clay Moore does. And then Eric S., let me find that album you just asked about. This is this one. and it's called Forever Blasphemy, $29.99. That's a 1999 German pressing. Okay, then we have ET 25, CCR 20, and CCR 20. Todd Tipton's going to take that one there. He had dibs on it, the one I just laid down. All right, here's what's next. Ambeeks, Beginning of the End, $24.99, 1999. Eric S. says he'll take this one. He took that one. Fast and Furious, Ripcord, Fast and Furious, the complete demos. Looks like it has an Obi on it, but I don't think it's Japanese. $39.99. That's sold to John Mincemoyer. Out of Order, Survival of the Fittest, 1998 red vinyl, $29.99. Out of Order, $29.99. That's wild looking. $19.99, Empathy, Nothing Less Than Nothing at All. Let me wrestle with these for a second. Final call on ET. Kristen Barnett is in first at 25, and CCR is at 20 with Larry Smith. There's other people bidding, but no one has bid again. Those are final calls. No Empathy, The Same Mistakes Endlessly Repeated, $19.99 from 1997. Go Total, Time to Sever Power, $19.99 from 1991. Bloodsport, I Am the Game with the Rock'em Sock'em Robots cover, $29.99. That's from 1985. Defiance, Nothing Lasts Forever, $29.99 from 1999. ET's at 26. CCR's at 21. Maze of Torment, Death Strikes, $24.99. This is $34.99. Devil Monster, something Centuries, no, something of Never Ending Light. Okay, that's $34.99. Can't really make that one out too well. Life Magazine, no, Life Sentence. Life Sentence is $29.99, 2003 red vinyl. Mausoleum, Back from the Funeral. Now that's scary. 2008 Poland, brown vinyl, $19.99. Headache. That guy's definitely having a headache. That is $19.99. Whew, now look at that. If you squint, you can make it out. This says Mental Cruelty. Mental Cruelty. And that is Invoices. That is $29.99. Okay, Paul Bill commented D a moment ago. D was for Defiance. That's sold for Paul Bill. ET 27. Final call on CCR. Tony Caldwell has this for 21. And Kristen Barnett's at 27 on that. Eric S. wants the Mausoleum. That's sold to Eric S. Colin Butler on the Headache album. ET now 28. And Patty wants, I think that's what this one was. Yes, Mental Cruelty. That's sold to Patty Williams. Info on Life Sentence. That's a 2003 red vinyl, $29.99. The ET's now at 29. Night Demon, Curse of the Damned, $39.99, 2015. $39.99, Night Demon. Deceased, The 13 Frightened Souls, 2019 US, $24.99. Ministry, $39.99, 1985 US. Ministry. And I guess this is a single. Every day, this is Halloween and all day. That is $39.99. Maximum Rock and Roll Presents. They don't get paid. They don't get laid. But boy, do they work hard. EX copy, $32.99. ET 29, CCR 22. Dennis Nelson passed on that one I showed. John Mincemoyer first on Night Demon. John on Night Demon. Mike Massey first on Ministry. ET 30. Toby second on Ministry. Fred Carnell, let's see here. Well, he put M. That could have been for Max or Ministry. I'm assuming he wanted Ministry, and we're going to give Dennis Nelson Maximum Rock and Roll. So give that to Dennis unless he says otherwise. Craig was second on Maximum Rock and Roll. Toby was third. Paul Bill was fourth. And Fred wanted the Ministry. Okay, Fred, you were third of that. That's what I figured. This is the Chiswick Charkbusters Volume 2. Long shots, dead certs, other odds and favors. Odds on favorites. VG copy, $14.99. New York Citizens Pounding the Pavement. Ska Records, VG copy, $19.99. 1988 UK. Ska for Ska's Sake is EX, $19.99. 1989 UK. Okay, let me update ET. Miguel Saldivar is at $30. And Kristen, I need to know if you're in or out. Kristen Barnett, high bid on that is $30. And then CCR, we had Larry Smith at 22. Larry Smith's at 22. That's a final call. New York Citizens for sure goes to Sean Fairweather. Okay, this is where it gets complicated. This title also had ska in it, which I guess is the only one with ska in it. Yeah, that was on Ska Records, which I think I said that, but this is called Ska for Ska's Sake. So this goes to Brittany Bragg unless she says otherwise. Sean for sure got that one, and Brittany, I think, is going to get that one unless she says pass. And then Orlando was next, then Jeff again, then Orlando again, then Kristen Barnett again, and Kristen's out on ET. So final call on ET and final call on CCR. $34.99. This is the Unruly VG Plus, $34.99. And that's a 1998 US pressing. KGB, Let's Bezlung, EX, $24.99, 1986 US. EX copy, $49.99 of Vanilla Muffins, The Devil is Swiss, 1997 Germany. EX, $49.99. And Ramones Mania. Ramones Mania is a VG copy, $34.99, the Ramones. One more before I get caught up in the comments and in some auctions. Straw Dogs, We Are Not Amused. EX copy, $19.99. Okay, so let's go ahead and sell. Is that a new buyer as well on the ET? He's not. Okay, Miguel, you got ET for $30. Thank you. CCR is sold to Larry Smith for $22. Both of those auctions have ended. Let me get back down. We went through my ska was ska after New York City. Yes, but Brittany was still ahead of you. Brittany was still first on ska. So, Mike Massey on Unruly. I don't know if you were just adding additional information or whatever there. But Mike Massey on Unruly. Mike Massey first on the Ramones. Kristen Barnett was second. Jared Benoit was third. And we got the Straw Dogs. Zoetrope, A Life of Crime, $39.99. That's a 1987 US press. Zoetrope, $39.99. I don't know what this is. Voivod? Yeah, Voivod. $24.99 from 2018. Dennis Nelson first is Zoetrope. We have Voivod, and then we have Mob 47, a VG copy. This is a 2005 unofficial, 1999. All right, let me get some new auctions started. That was entertaining as always. Let me see what I got over here in the Japanese bin. We just had a lot of people bid on ET. How about an ET box set? And we'll put out Paul McCartney for a bargain of a start. Okay, this is called E.T., the Extraterrestrial, narrated by Michael Jackson. Narrated by Michael Jackson, produced by Quincy Jones, music by John Williams. There's a few names you've heard. Here's another one, a Steven Spielberg film. I guess I need to watch this movie, right? I know, please don't shoot me, but I've never seen E.T. There's the original booklet. Is this Japanese? Is this Japanese? Let me see here. This is US. Yeah, this is not Japanese. This is not Japanese. E.T. So this is got the book with it. And let me see what we have in here. Or is this Japanese? No, it's US. It's just really well taken care of. There is one fillable mark on it right here. It's a little bit of a scuff. I guess it's not a scuff at that point, but it's a feelable mark. When your needle hits that, it's just going to pop, okay? It's not going to skip. I can promise you that. If there's a problem with it, everything we sell is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So there's ET. That's a $20 start. $20 start. Then here's Wings at the Speed of Sound, Japanese pressing, $25 start on Paul McCartney and Wings. $25 start. This is near mint and pristine. There's the Japanese insert, very nice condition. There's another Japanese insert. There is the 2-page Japanese insert with lyrics. This is a $25 start. So Wings and ET up for bid. Now, did we already pull Zoetrope? Yeah, we already pulled Zoetrope. Mike Massey wants Mob, and then Sean wants Natch. It was the first LP in the crate. That is this one right here. That's sold to Sean Fairweather. Sean, I've got that pulled for you. ET20, Wings 25, ET20, ET21. Now, I'm going to attempt to try to read through these again. If you have any questions, let me know. Also, if you want to make any offers, when we sell this stuff, hopefully we have the collectors and the buyers on right now. So if you see something you want, don't be afraid to make an offer. I would love to sell this entire crate, to be honest with you. Not that I have anything against it, but we just show it only on certain times. Bitter End, Illusions of Dominance. That's $19.99. I'm not going to read that one. So there's the title. It's also $19.99. Necro is $29.99. Backtrack, Lost in Life. That was $69.99. Backtrack, Lost in Life, $69.99. BSN, Despo Butchery is $19.99. Okay, so first is best price on Voivod. Felix, I will sell that to you for $20. I'll sell that to you for $20. I'll lay that over here in pending. That's for Felix Quintanilla. Straw Dogs price, Clay Moore. Straw Dogs was an EX copy, $19.99. EX copy, $19.99. Then we had a $30 bid on ET with Jedit. Before that, Ron Duffield offered $15 for this one. Sell that to Ron Duffield for $15. Patty, you came in a close second. Lisa's at $26 on Wings. Matthew's out on ET. Felix said sold on Voivod for $20. And that sold to Felix for $20. We have ET 23, Wings 28. ET's already at $30, by the way. Okay, where did we get to? Sell Claymore Straw Dogs for $15. All right, Wings is at 28. Day of Mourning, Your Future's End, $24.99. Isla Pryor, that was $34.99. UGK, Dirty Money, $49.99. Ambix, Beginning of the End, $24.99. Out of Order, Survival of the Fittest, $29.99. No Empathy, Nothing Less Than Nothing at All, $19.99. No Empathy, $19.99. Go Total, Time to Sever Power. Bloodsport, I Am the Game. Maze of Torment, Death Strikes. And this was Devil Master, $34.99. And I still haven't really figured out what that first word is, but it's Never Ending Lights, the rest of it. Okay, let's see. Rydell offered $40 for UGK. Ryan offered $35 second. Let's sell that to Rydell Martin for $40. Lisa's out on Wings. Leslie's at $31 on ET. Patty offered $20 for this one. Sell that to Patty for $20. And Wings is at $35. So Wings is at $35 and ET's at $31. Life Sentence, $29.99. Deceased, The 13 Frightened Souls, $24.99. Long Shots, Chiswick Chartbusters, VG copy, $14.99. KGB, EX, $24.99. And Vanilla Muffins, The Devil is Swiss, 1997 German EX, $49.99. Final call on any of those. Y'all have almost wiped out another hardcore / punk / metal / whatever you want to call it crate. Felix said 20 on Deceased. I didn't know we had a Deceased still left. We do. Sell that to Felix for $20. Derek says long shots for 10. Sell that to Derek for $9.99. Let's see here. Wings at 40. Okay. Very nice copy, by the way, of Wings at the Speed of Sound. Anybody else? Now, I do have some. Let's auction. How about we auction off a Glenn Danzig autograph? That's pretty cool. I don't know where the LP is, but the cover's autographed, and I promise you, with everything in me, that it's real. And we've got an autographed Cannibal Corpse. I have no idea what's happened to the vinyl. I wish I could ask LaJuan. He might have got this. I don't know. He might have bought it just like this. But, yeah, this is an autographed Glenn Danzig. Danzig sings Elvis. Don't know where the LP is. I know what this is supposed to look like. They pressed this on about 20 different color variants. Not that many, but there's a bunch. There's probably 5 or 6 different color variants. But we have Danzig Sings Elvis, autographed by the man himself. That is a $30 start. $30 start on Danzig Sings Elvis. Just the cover, it's autographed. $30 start on that. Okay, Wings is at 40. The last bid on ET was at 32, so ET 32, Wings 40. Dennis Nelson offered 20 for Life. Sell that to Dennis Nelson. Ron Duffield offered 15 for Blood Sport. Let me figure out which one that was. That's this one right here. Sell that to Ron Duffield, and Pamela's at 41 on Wings. Pamela's at 41 on Wings. Leslie's backing on ET. We got 3 auctions. ET, autographed Danzig, and Wings. Those are all up for bid. All right. Charlie DeFrank's back on Wings. Lots of bidders. Lots of bidders on all auctions except there went somebody's obnoxiously loud truck down the road. Mike Massey says, I'll give Vanilla a shot. The Vanilla Muffin sold to Mike Massey. All right. Wow, no bids yet on autographed Danzig. Let me go, let me find a crate to go through. I feel like there's some right over here that are close by that I would love to do buy it now best offer with you. Some of these are pretty recent, but I think if I told y'all that they're open up for offers, you would perk up, right? This is a pretty Bowie's in here, Buffalo, Ziggy, Pretenders. Let's go through this crate. Yeah, let's go through this one. Let me see what's underneath it first. And let me see what's underneath this one. Oh. That's an interesting looking batch here. But we're going to go through this one. All right. We have ET 33, Wings 41, Wings 45, Danzig 30, even though I said 35. I said 30? Okay. Ryan, Seth's taking your side. He said I said 30. Okay. Any punk. Axel, you just missed the biggest punk crate of your life. Wings is at 45 with 80 Bruce, which is the Rockin' Shop. That's at 45. ET's at 33. Those are both final calls, 33 and 45. And Danzig's at 30. Those are all final calls. I'm going to probably end all 3 of those at the same time unless we have a new bid. Everything in here is all buy it now, best offer, okay? That means you can buy it now if you don't want to miss out on it, or you can make your best offer, and I will maybe sell it to you. If not, I'll counter. So make sure it's your best offer. Ziggy Stardust, the motion picture, David Bowie. That's a 1983 Indianapolis press, $59.99. $59.99. Buffalo Springfield, last time around. Buffalo Springfield is $34.99. Has a flip open gatefold, $34.99. David Bowie, Strung Out on Heaven's High. That's a blue vinyl unofficial, a collection of Scary Monsters, demos, and rarities. Blue vinyl unofficial, $39.99. Wings 46, and now Wings is at 50. David Bowie Tonight, $29.99 for David Bowie Tonight. David Bowie, A Second Face, $34.99. That's an official Canada release, 1983. Jeff said he would give $35 for the David Bowie Blue. Sell that to Jeff McMaster for $35. Fifth Overture, The Addicts, 1987 UK, $69.99. Pamela's back in on Wings at $51. The 3 O'Clock from 1982, $29.99. And Floor, Homegoings and Transitions Shadow Line, $14.99. Wings 51, Ziggy 45 to Fred Carnell. Sell that to Fred Carnell for $45. Craig Thomas wants The Addicts. That's sold to Craig Thomas. Eddie's out on Wings. I'm selling all 3 auctions right now. Ryan Anderson gets the autographed Danzig for $30. ET box is sold for $33 to Leslie Holt. And Wings is at $51 for Pamela Yeager. Let me get some new auctions started. Let me flip through this crate and see what we can find. We'll have a low start, in my opinion, on this nice copy of Hard Day's Night. It's a reissue. It was repressed in 71. Yeah, it was repressed in 71. Very nice condition, and it's in shrink wrap. So this is a 71 reissue of Hard Day's Night, which originally came out in 64, 5. $15 start. $15 start on the Beatles' Hard Day's Night. That's in shrink wrap. Russell S. said he'd give 18 for the 3 O'Clock. I can't do 18 on that. I would do 25, Russell S. I would do 25 on Baroque Hoedown for 3 O'Clock. Mitchell's at 20 on the Beatles. I'll go ahead and pull another Japanese 7-inch single out. We got some Claptons over here, Elton John's. Ooh, well, we already have a Beatles. I was like, there's the Beatles, but we already have another Beatles. Let's do Billy Joel, The Stranger. This one's a $15 start. Billy Joel, The Stranger, Japanese single. This is The Stranger on side 1. And side 2 is Moving Out, Anthony's song. So, 15. Ah, this is the one that has Gerard Cacciatore's name in it. I hadn't seen him on in a few shows, though. $15 start on The Stranger. Russell S. said he will take the 3 O'Clock. Do you have the Dragula? Dragula sold last night for $35. Hard Day's Night was pressed in 1971. Mitchell's at 20. Russell got the 3 O'Clock for 25. Curious to see the Cannibal Corpse. Yes, that's coming up next, and I will bring over some cassettes. Frank Sinatra in Hollywood, 1943 to 49, $19.99. If you just hopped on, these are all buy it now best offer. And as you see, we've accepted a lot of offers already. Frank Sinatra, My Kind of Broadway, $14.99 for Frank Sinatra, My Kind of Broadway. Nilsson sings Newman. That's Harry Nilsson sings Newman. $29.99. That is sealed. It's never been opened. That's Randy Newman, by the way. $29.99. Steppenwolf for ladies only. That has the lyric insert with it. $24.99. Retrospective, The Best of Buffalo Springfield. The Best of Buffalo Springfield is fantastic. And that is $34.99. Billy Joel has a bid now at $15. I'm going to do a final call on that, and I'm going to do a final call on the Beatles, 20 and 15. Bid now if you want in. Buffalo Springfield, here's another 2 LP comp. This one is fantastic looking, $44.99. So there's 3 Buffalo Springfields in here. If anybody wants a bundle, ask and you shall receive. Roger McGuinn, Cardiff Rose in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $34.99 for Roger McGuinn. The Beatles is now at $21.22 and now $25. Isis is $19.99. Isis is $19.99. The Happenings is $29.99. That's on BT Puppy Records, $29.99. Craig needs to put back The Addicts. He already has it. The Houston Oilers, number 1. Houston Oilers, number 1. Houston Oilers, I'm trying to figure out exactly what this is, but it's $39.99. That is 1980. And we have Nicolette Larson, Radioland, $9.99. Marcia Yancey says, how much were the Frank Sinatra albums? Lisa offered $30 for both of them. And before that, Robin Pruitt wants to know, does either Frank have My Way on it? Give me 1 second for all the Sinatra questions. First, Fifth Overture by The Addicts is still available. That was a 1987 UK for $69.99 if anybody wants that. or wants to make an offer on it. Hard Days Nights 25. I'm about to sell the Billy Joel, and I don't think either Sinatra has My Way on it, because it's probably not on this, not on that, and it's not on this one either. No. Okay. So before that, we had Marcia said, how much were they? And then Lisa made an offer. Marcia, these are $14.99 for My Kind of Broadway and in Hollywood. And just so everybody knows, everything that we put out, like this is pristine looking. I don't know if y'all can see that. These are near mint and pristine. That's a 2-eye mono. And this one's the same way. We clean all of our records. We put them in new sleeves. And if we put out a Frank Sinatra record, as many as we have, they're going to look like this. We do have some check condition every now and then on Sinatra, but those are beautiful. So Marcia, if you want those are yours. If you want both of them for $30, because if not, I'm going to sell them to Lisa for $30. She says, I'll take them both for $40. That's actually more than what I have them priced for, but I'll sell you both of them for $30. How about that? And if you're a first-time buyer, I'll give you instructions in just a second. Ryan Anderson offered $55 on the Addicts. I just sold it for $70 though. Ryan, I'll sell that to you for $60. I'll sell that to you for $60. Let's go ahead and sell Billy Joe for $15 to Tom Ulanowski, and Marcy is a first-time buyer. Thank you. Make sure you message our Facebook page, which is CollectCo, the page you're watching here. Make sure you send us a message with your email address and your mailing address. This is Tuesday night. We're doing this again tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all week. And we do $7 unlimited shipping. Okay, next, the Beatles is on its final call. We had Jim Gray in first. Jim Gray in first at $25 on Hard Days Night. Final call. Status Quo, Rockin' All Over the World, $19.99. The Pretenders Extended Play, $19.99. ABC, The Lexicon of Love. ABC is $19.99. Gary Lewis, Golden Greats, $14.99. Bob Dylan, Volume 1, a rare batch of Little White Wonder. Bob Dylan is a 1981 Italian unofficial, $34.99. Pamela wants a Buffalo Springfield bundle. Let me pull those out. There's 1, 2, and the first record in the bin. Let me give you a price on that in just a second. Tony says he wants the Addicts for $60. Ryan Anderson, let me know if you're in or out on that. And Terrell, the Audio Slaves are right here. They're already in. They're already in and sold, but I have more left. I have them. If anybody wants an Audio Slave, I don't know, they must be in this crate down here on the bottom. They're $59.99. $59.99. Bob Dylan, a rare batch of Little White Wonder Volume 2. That's also $34.99. Bob Dylan, a rare batch of Little White Wonder Volume 3. That's $34.99. And Bob Dylan, the best of, a rare batch. So there's 3 volumes and then the best of. Ryan passes on that, so that's sold to Tony Shore for $60. Pamela, the Buffalo Springfields are $45, $35, and $35. $15 off will be $30, $60, and $40. We'll make that $100. How about we just say $99.99? $99.99. 3-piece Buffalo Springfield combo meal. Speaking of meals, Seth has decided to show up, and he's over here eating on the job first thing. Wow. Terrell Lassiter on Audio Slave. We won't forget to pull one of those for you. I wish I knew where they were. They're around here somewhere. Yeah, it's probably the first one that was here. So, okay, Jim Gray gets Hard Days Night for $25. That's sold to Jim Gray. And Pamela's going to let us know. I'm about to start 2 new auctions. Dylan bundle, $5.55 and 5 off, which is $20. That would be $120. Never seen these before. Rare Track compilations, volume 1, 2, 3, and best of. $120 for those 4, Brent. Seasons of Lights, Laura Nero in concert. That is $9.99. In the Wind, Jackie DeShannon, $14.99. The Shirelles is $9.99. The Searchers Greatest Hits, $19.99. The Small Faces, Odd Guns Nut Gone Flake. This is the Small Faces. This is a repress, and that is $29.99. Pamela says she would give 91 for the Buffalo Springfield. 30, 60, 40. Okay. Sell that. I think I counted it 99, but we'll sell them for 91. Sell those to Pamela Yeager for 91. John Porter wants the Shirelles. That's sold to John Porter. The Shirelles, which is right here. That's sold to John Porter. There's the Small Faces. I wish it was the original round cover, but those are kind of hard to find. Bill Haley and his Comets, $24.99. Link Ray, Be What You Want To. Link Ray is a 1973 white label promo. Link Ray, $49.99 promo copy, white label. Carl Perkins, Whole Lot of Shakin', $19.99 for Carl Perkins, Whole Lot of Shakin', and Carl Perkins Greatest Hits, also $19.99. Carl Perkins. Next, Japanese auctions. We have another Frank Sinatra, like we sold earlier, and I know there was multiple bidders. So this is Frank Sinatra. It's called Frank Sinatra. This is a 2LP compilation. We sold one earlier. Here's another one, just like it. This one, same thing, 2LP, near mint pristine. Has a little bit of a cover stain right here. That's a $35 start. Fred Carnell says 30 on Link Ray. I will say Link Ray for $40 if you want it, Fred. And Jedit wants the ABC Lexicon of Love. That's sold to Jedit. Brandon says he didn't get an invoice last week. Make sure you check your email. If you don't have it in your email, come back and send us a message on Facebook, and we will let you know, because obviously there's a chain of something lost within us and your email. Roy Orbison, For the Lonely, a Roy Orbison anthology. This is off his greatest songs, $24.99. Frank is at $35. So is Lisa Davidson. CP Greatest Hits on Sun. It's Carl Perkins Greatest Hits on Sun. This is not on Sun. This is on Columbia Special Products. Sell Pamela Yeager, $20. Roy Orbison. John Porter, you were second. That just sold to Pamela. Roy Orbison Mystery Girl is $29.99. This Roy Orbison is $29.99. That's a 1989 Columbia House Press. Bob Seger, Against the Wind, also $29.99. And Andy and Cleopatra. Andy Griffin, $29.99. Don Adams Meets the Roving Reporter, and that is $14.99. Don Adams. If you're not getting your invoice through email, you might want to check your spam, junk folder. That's a lot of times where those end up. Just anytime you get an email like that from, I get a lot of invoices that go straight to my spam or junk folder. No, we got a whole stack of audio slaves, though, because we got a restock of them.
Yeah, the one I put.
Oh, okay. Y'all know where those are at then. Did Ed put them in ABC order? Did he put them in a special bin, maybe? He might have put them in a whole bin by themselves somewhere. So, I'm not for sure. Okay. Brent Rabley's at 25 on the Mystery Girl. That's sold to Brent Rabley for 25. Show me and John Young the label on the Perkins. Whole Lot of Shaking Going On. Carl Perkins, Whole Lot of Shaking Going On. This is on Murray Hill. This is on Murray Hill Records and Tapes. Murray Hill Records and Tapes. That is $19.99. Out of Exile. Yes. Audio Slave, Out of Exile. Somewhere I've got a whole crate full of those things, or at least a half a crate. I can tell we've had lots of customers in here today. They didn't fix the records back like they're supposed to. Okay, Frank Sinatra is on its final call. Robin Pruitt's at $36. Robin Pruitt is at $36. August, Eric Clapton, $34.99. The Original Flying Saucer, Watergate, Superfly meets Shaft Convention, 1972, $14.99. And No Hits, 4 Errors, The Best of Martin Mull, $14.99. Dennis Miller from Saturday Night Live. Looks like the Beatles' White Album, $14.99. Dennis Miller from Saturday Night Live, $14.99. Porter Wagner Experience, $9.99. Softly as I Leave You, Sinatra. Sinatra is $14.99. Janie C. Riley, Country Girl, $9.99. C.W. McCall, Rubber Duck, $14.99. And Janie C. Riley, The World of Country, $9.99. The Searcher's Best Price. The Searcher's Best Price, this is Searcher's Best Price. Clay Moore, I will sell that to you for $15 if you want it. Brent Rabley offered $10 for Watergate. So did David Hilton. Brent Rabley was first, so sell that to Brent Rabley for $10. Greg Stone wants RD, which was, we'll give that a second because I'm trying to figure out what RD was. And then we had Nick Baggeron on C.W. McCall for $10. We're going to sell that to him for $10. And John Young, I never did pull that yet. I hadn't found that. I never have located that for you. I still got a sticky note that says to pull that for you. So it probably won't be on this week's invoice. Webb Pierce is $9.99. Greg Stone wanted Rubber Duck. Greg Stone wanted Rubber Duck. That's also what Nick offered $10 for. Go ahead and sell that to Greg Stone then for $10. Herman's Hermits, Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter. There's our nightly copy of that. There's about 10 billion of them out there in the world. Suzanne Taylor, Finally Getting Home. Suzanne Taylor is $19.99. Charlie Rich, Every Time You Touch Me, $9.99. Pat Metheny with Charlie Hayden and Billy Higgins, Rejoicing, $14.99. And The Fabulous Ventures, $9.99. Frank Sinatra is sold to Robin Pruitt for $36. That's sold to Robin Pruitt. Tony Shore on Pat Metheny. Bob Seger is still available. It's $29.99. Next two Japanese auctions. Let me see what else I got in here. We have Elton John 4-track. Looks like some of his first releases on DJM. And then we have Aha, Take On Me. Those are both going to be $20 starts. $20 starts. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and run these. I forgot about Cannibal Corpse, and I forgot about, if I don't have stuff next to me, I forget to show it. Here's Elton John. This is Friends, Border Song, Your Song, and It's Me That You Need. This is a DJM, 33 1/3. And by the way, this is in VG Plus condition. VG Plus condition. Has the flip, has the Japanese insert, and this flip back sleeve. That's a $20 start. That's got to be early. That's got to be 69 maybe. And then we have Aha, Take On Me. Aha, that's the A-side, Take On Me. Love Is a Reason. Japanese 7-inch single. That's also a $20 start. The Dylan bundle is still available. Brent Rabley passed on the Dylan bundle. I've still got all 3 volumes and best of. Those are still available. Michael Nath. Rick Perrine says Sinatra Softly for $15. That was right here. Yes. Sell that to Rick Perrine, $15. That was sticker. Jason is 20 on Aha. Webb Pierce, Merry Go Round World. Webb Pierce is $9.99. Country Songs, Webb Pierce, $9.99. Excuse me. The Crystal Mansion, $24.99. The Crystal Mansion and Crispian St. Peter's, the Pied Piper, $19.99. The Dylan bundle was 1, 2, 3, 4. That was $120. $120 for the 4. Did I miss anything else? Aha's at $20. And I'm going to read through these titles very quickly one more time. I'm about to sell these like in 30 seconds, by the way. David Bowie, Floor, Harry Nilsson, Steppenwolf, Roger McGuinn. Somebody asked about this. Roger McGuinn, Cardiff Rose, in shrink wrap hop sticker. That was $34.99. ISIS, The Happenings, Houston Oilers, Nicolette Larson, Status Quo, The Pretenders, Gary Lewis, Dylan, and Dylan all sold to Michael Nath for $120. Seasons of Light, Laura Nero, Jackie DeShannon, Small Faces, Bill Haley, Link Ray, Carl Perkins, Bob Seger, Andy Griffin, Don Adams, Carl Perkins, Eric Clapton, Martin Mull, Porter Wagner, Dennis Miller, Janie C. Riley. Charlie Frank said 20 on that. 25. 25 if you want that. Jason F., you're out on AHA. Let me know if you still are in, because Eric S. has that for 22. Janie C. Riley, Webb Pierce Golden Favorites, Herman's Hermits, Charlie Rich, Suzanne Taylor, The Ventures, Webb Pierce, and Crystal Mansion Derek was $24.99. Crispin St. Peter's Pied Piper, $19.99. Okay, this is Roger McGuinn, Cardiff Rose. That is sold to Charlie DeFrank for $25. $25. Before that, Derek offered or asked for Crystal Mansion. That was $24.99. John Porter, Carl Perkins' Greatest Hits. That is $19.99. Link Ray was $49.99. Charlie DeFrank said sold on that. We've already pulled that. Steppenwolf was $19.99. Excuse me, $24.99. Has the lyric insert with it. Very nice copy. Who asked for that? John Porter. Tony Caldwell, Linkway was $49.99. 20 on Bob Seger, Paul Gill. Sell that to Paul Gill for $20, which was Against the Wind. That's sold to Paul Gill. Sell Derek Paris the Crystal Mansion for $15. Paul Brothers wants the Oilers. Sell that to Paul Brothers. Let me find that. That is right in here. That's sold to Paul Brothers. We're going to sell John Porter, Carl Perkins for $15. What is the yellow album that says country songs? That's Webb Pierce, and that is $9.99. John Porter, Step 20. Yes, Steppenwolf 20. So he got Carl Perkins for 15, Steppenwolf for 20. And Nick, I've already sold Steppenwolf. Aha is sold for $22. That is sold for $22 to Eric S. And if anybody wants the Elton John, this is a $20 buy now. It's a 4-track EP. Made in Japan, it says. I don't know exactly what year it's released, but what I was saying is these songs have to be 69 or 70, especially your song. Those are 69. Those are some of his. It actually don't have a year on it, but I don't know what year this is actually released, but I know those songs are from probably 69, 70, 71 at the latest. Some of his first releases. All right, that's sold to Leslie for $20. Now, let me get to the Cannibal Corpse that I keep forgetting about, and I'll grab one cassette. We'll see what we have over here. Cannibal Corpse is autographed by somebody. Eaten Back to Life. That's exactly what I expected for a Cannibal Corpse title to be called. Eaten Back to Life. Now, you have to have a true fan to identify this autograph. Let's see. Alex Webster. I'm glad the names are right here. Jack Owen, Bob Rousset, Chris Barnes, Alex Webster, and Paul Mazeritz. That looks like an A to me, and that looks like a W. It could be Chris. No. I'm not for sure. $25 start. Signed by somebody. Looks like Alex Webster to me, but that's a $25 start. $25 start. And let me see what I got over here in the cassette department. We might bring out a Kiss cassette. Is that okay with you, Seth? Okay. Kiss Alive 3. And I'll pull one more while I'm over here. Let me move my backpack. Ooh, here's a good one. Dazed and Confused. Now, I know these aren't too easy to get, or I don't see them too often. Kiss Alive and Dazed and Confused. Cannibal Corpse, 25, now 30. I've got Kiss Alive 3. Let me make sure it looks okay. It's the right cassette. Has the pad. Everything's good. Has the right artwork with it. This is Kiss Alive 3. $7 start. Kiss Alive 3. Nice jewel case as well. And I don't think I've ever seen a cassette of this. Dazed and Confused. Say a $7 start on that. And yeah, I'm sure you are familiar with that. Great track listing. Dazed and Confused, $7 start on that. Tammy's in on Kiss, and Dazed and Confused also $7 start. I don't think I've actually read through these a second time, or have I? Yes, I've read through those a second time. So if anybody wants anything in there, let me know. I'll go through another crate just like that. We just sold half of that one. Maybe we can sell some more. I've got an amazing inventory of cassettes right now. I mean, we've probably got 500 really, really good cassettes. Maybe more. That's the really good ones. Then I probably have even more that are, you know, B. We could call them Bs. Okay, let's go through this. Let me see what these are. Let's get some titles. I'm curious what's in this crate. Give me a second, everybody. I'm trying to find another really good crate to go through a second time. Well, this one, the first crate, the first record's Pink Floyd, Boomtown. These hadn't been shown in a while. Herbie Mann, Pinocchio. Yeah, let's go through these. I think this is from the same night we just showed that crate. So you got no Alice in Chains. Well, actually, I take that back. We do. I've got some stuff like that on cassette. Not tonight. So not tonight. Any 8-track. I've got lots of 8-tracks. We're going to have a mixed media night. Just all kinds of mixed media. Kiss 7, Cannibal Corpse 35, Kiss 10, Dazed and Confused 10, Dazed and Confused 7, Cannibal Corpse 40, Dazed and Confused 7, Dazed and Confused 7, Dazed and Confused 9, Dazed and Confused 8, Kiss 13, Cannibal Corpse 43, Cannibal Corpse 46, Kiss 11. All right, so to update everybody, Kiss Alive 3 is at $13 with Brian C. Dazed and Confused is at 10 with Robin Pruitt. That came in a while back. That's at 10 with Robin Pruitt. So 10 on Dazed and Confused, 13 on Kiss Alive. Cannibal Corpse is at 40 with Sean Fairweather. 40 on Sean Fairweather. How many total crates are you trying to move this weekend? If we can sell 50 crates of dollar records, that would be amazing. And I think if we have enough people show up and I promote it and y'all help me share it, we might have a traffic problem when I tell everybody it is going to be partly cloudy but no rain on Saturday. And then Friday is going to be possible rain but hopefully early a.m. Okay. Let's go through this crate. Buy it now, best offer. Well, that's already 10-10. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, $44.99. This is from 1974. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, $44.99. Rust Never Sleeps, Neil Young in shrink wrap, $34.99. Precious Metal, That Kind of Girl, sealed from 1988, $29.99. Walt Disney's Peter Pan, $19.99. Walt Disney's Peter Pan. Walt Disney's People and Places, Switzerland. Also music from Walt Disney's People and Places, Samoa. So Samoa and Switzerland. This is sealed from 1956, $34.99. $34.99. Young Americans, David Bowie. Wow, how did some of these not sell originally? $34.99. David Bowie, Young Americans. Tan RCA label, OG. Aladdin, Walt Disney's story and book, Aladdin and His Wonderful Lamp, $34.99. That's pretty incredible. And Straub's Ghost, Straub's is $14.99. Okay, back up to the top. Let me get everybody updated. We have no other new bids on Kiss, so Brian C. Gets this for $13. Kiss Alive 3 is sold to Brian C. for $13. Dazed and Confused, we just had somebody say out. Austin Cauldron has that for $11, so now that's a final call. And then the last time I bid on Cannibal Corpse, I did say somebody say out, but I just want to remind everybody, Cannibal Corpse, by the way, this is on colored vinyl, Eaten Back to Life. Sean Fairweather has this for $46. It is autographed, and that's a final call. Okay, then we had, in this crate, we had Lamb. We had a $30 offer, and then we had somebody asked how much, Fred Carnell. $44.99. 10 would be 4, and another 10, 32, 35. Brian Lamb, I will sell this to you for $35 if you want it. $35. Brian Ligon, 35 if you passed, and Fred Carnell may want it. 35 on that. Russell S., you were first to Disney. He wants the Disney Switzerland record. That's sold to Russell S. And then we had an offer on Bowie. Somebody claimed Bowie, a sticker, and then we had another offer on Bowie. So that means, John Young, you can have Bowie for $34.99. If you pass, then it's sold to Tony for $34.99. That's totally up to you, but you were first to make an offer, but Tony said he would take it as sticker. So Tony is most likely going to get David Bowie. Cannibal Corpse, is Sandy Denny on the Straub's? No. Felix is at 50 on Cannibal Corpse, now 55. No condition notes on the vinyl on Genesis. The cover is obviously a VG because it has a seam split, writing, and ring wear. You may even want to call that a VG minus. And the vinyl's very clean though. Has writing on the label, cover, a little bit of ring wear, and the spine does have some chippings up here. 35 if you want that Brian Ligon. James Bragg offered 27 on Neil Young. That's sold to James Bragg for 27. John passed on Bowie, so that goes to Tony Shore at sticker. And we can go ahead and sell Dazed and Confused for $11. That's sold to Austin Cauldron. New bid on Cannibal Corpse, $60. Jeff McMaster offered $26.99 for Aladdin. Go ahead and sell that to Jeff McMaster. I'm going to put it there so I don't put it on top of that cassette. That's sold to Jeff. Okay, so Fred Carnell, let me know if you want Genesis for $35. Let me actually still leave that out. They're still bidding on Cannibal Corpse at $65. We got Straub's, Peter Pan, and Precious Metal still left. I told y'all this was a good crate. Walt Disney Presents It's a Small World, 18 Favorite Folk Songs. That is $19.99. Fred also passes. So Genesis was a pass and a pass. If anybody wants that, let me know. The Kinks, Give the People What They Want, $14.99 on the Kinks. Walt Disney's Treasure Island is $19.99. A few Disney records still left. There's another one, The Parent Trap. The Parent Trap from 1969, $29.99. Pinocchio, this is $19.99, 1963. Lisa Davidson first on the Kinks. Cannibal Corpse is at $65. Felix, let me know if you're in or out. Let me go grab 2 more cassettes over here. We have, I'm not going to read titles because then we'll have request rolling in. Ooh, here's a good one. Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. $7 start. Good luck finding that on vinyl. And Kiss Crazy Nights, $7. Kiss and Skid Row. Very good. Kiss Crazy Nights. Looks like the original cassette. Has the pad. Appears to be very nice. And then Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. That's so hard to find on vinyl. Oh my gosh. Also really nice looking condition. Has the pad, everything. The jewel case has a crack here. Now, what I have seen from cassette collectors is if you replace the jewel cases, it really doesn't affect the value that much. I have put cassettes in brand new jewel cases. Sometimes I get collections and people have brand new jewel cases and they've replaced them. And I think a lot of people prefer that, having them. And it's like putting an outer sleeve on it. I think the art for a lot of collectors, artwork and everything, of course, if it is in the original case and it's pristine, That's good, but they're Skid Row, slave to the grind. Okay, both of those have bids. Lisa got Kinks. Jocko was second. Felix is at 75 on Cannibal Corpse. Skid Row 10. Skid Row 7. Sean's out of Cannibal Corpse. Final call on that. The Best of Julie London. That is $9.99. The Best of Julie London. The Doors is $39.99. Soft Parade, $39.99. Red Electra label. Very clean copy of the Soft Parade. The Soft Parade, that is. Kiss is at 10 with Clay Moore. Herbie Hancock, Manchild, $39.99 for Herbie Hancock. Manchild, $39.99. Prism, Armageddon. Prism is $19.99. Foreigner 4, $19.99 for Foreigner 4. Super clean copy. How did that not sell the first time around? Charlie Rich, Behind Closed Doors, the Grammy Award-winning album with shrink wrap and the stickers, $9.99. Loretta Lynn's Country Classics by Crisco. This is a Crisco vegetable shortening, grease, whatever you want to call it, compilation. First track is Coal Miner's Daughter. It's a promo copy from Crisco vegetable shortening. That is $19.99. Okay, we had Clay Moore offer, or let me time out. Let's do a final call on Cannibal Corpse. Final call. Sean's out. Felix is at 75. Skid Row's at 10. That's also a final call. And Kiss is at 10. That's also a final call. Tammy Hinkle, you're out on Kiss. The next comment was Robin Pruitt offered 10 for Disney's Small World. Robin, I'll do $15 on that. And if you pass, I've got a Brent Rabley offered a bundle deal offer. If you pass, then Brent, I'll come back to your offer and see what happens. So we'll just take a pause on the Disney records for Robin and Brent. Brian Ligon was first to Foreigner. Marcia, Brian was right before you claiming that. We're going to sell Michael Nath, the Julie London for 8, and John Porter, the Loretta Lynn. I was about to sell it, then Ron claimed it. I'll go ahead and sell it to John for $15. The words of sold were coming out of my mouth almost. So sell that to John Porter for $15. Ron, you were second. We have another offer, $15 for the Parent Trap. Jeff offered $19.99 for the 2 Charlie Rich. Is there another one in here? 2 Charlie Rich albums, $19.99. I've got this one. Did I already show another one? No. I got Charlie Rich, Prism, Herbie Hancock. There's only one Charlie Rich in here, and it's $9.99. Paul Brothers, you were third on the Loretta Lynn Crisco. Let's go ahead and sell Cannibal Corpse to Felix for $75. Skid Row sold for just $10. Kind of surprised by that. That is sold to Skid Row sold for $10, and that was to Todd Tipton. And then Kiss, we got a new bid. Tammy Hinkle's at 11, and that means Clay Moore, you're out on Kiss Crazy Nights cassette. Let me know if you're still wanting to bid. Okay, let me visit now that she's going to pass. Let me see what his bundle deal was on Disney. And this was 20, 40, 60, and 90. So I was thinking 15, what I told her, 15 and 15. And I'll make that's 20, 40, 60, and then 20 for this one, 80. I'm at $80 on these. And yeah, that's 15, 15, 15, and 20. That's $10, $25 off. They're all, now let me remind everybody about Disney records. If you do any kind of price comping, just like Beatles, just like James Brown, just like Rolling Stones, most Disney records are going to look like complete and utter just destruction has happened. That's going to look like complete and utter destruction. So these are super clean. I mean, none of these are check condition. Now, some of these older Disney records, not so much, but especially the children records, you know, that's what happens. That's 65, not 80. Oh, did I do some math wrong? Probably. Hold on a second. That's right. That's 30, 45, 65. Thank you. $65. 65. So my bad, Brent. So 65 65. Just interested in Small World, Pinocchio, and Treasure Island for 45. So Small World, Treasure Island, and Pinocchio. That would be 50. Oh, I just dropped one of them. 15, 15, and 15. Fortunately, it wasn't the one Brent was just offering for. Yes, 15, 15, 15. Okay, that's what I can work on. Now let's see how bad off this one. I hadn't dropped a record in a long time. Probably in the last 20,000 I've picked up. Wow, not much damage. Yeah, took a little bit of a lick right here. Somebody's going to get, who was just out offering this or asking about this? Because now, make sure the vinyl didn't get messed up. This is fine. Has the original Disney Vista sleeve as well. I'm surprised I don't drop more records. I hover over the table so it don't happen, but sometimes they get a little slippery. It's really cool. Craig, I'll do $20 on that if you want it. The jacket just endured a couple dings, and it's not too bad though. Okay. Back up to the top. Clay Moore is back on Kiss at 12. Which Herbie Hancock was that? That was Herbie Hancock Manchild. That was $39.99. We're going to sell those three to Brent for $45. 15, 15, and 15 equals 45. We're going to sell this to Craig for 17, especially since I just dropped it. And that's a final call on Kiss. Yes, we're going to take a break tonight, but I got to get through this crate first. Tammy's back in on Kiss at 13. And Clay was at 12. Andrew Gold, Whirlwind. That is sealed from 1980, 1999. The Kinks, State of Confusion, $14.99. The Rose Garden is $19.99. Neil Young Trans, $19.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. Doe Rollers, Gone Baby Gone. Doe Rollers, $19.99. Gone Baby Gone. Unknown DJ Breakdown. Unknown DJ Breakdown, starring the Unknown DJ, $14.99. The Head Boys, sealed from 1979, $19.99, and the Bee Gees, Cucumber Castle, the Bee Gees, $19.99. Madonna, Live to Tell, $29.99, gold stamp promo. Steve Miller Band, $19.99. That was Children of the Future. Children of the Future. Let's see here. Tammy Hinkle's at 13 on Kiss. Clay Moore, let me know if you're in or out. Rich Group needs to put back Love and Spoonful. Genesis is still available for $30. That was the discounted price. We'll sell Derek Paris the Rose Garden for 10. I think we had one in the half off bin anyways last night. Derek, you've missed some awesome half off nights. You're usually all over our obscure half off titles. During part 2, I'm going to go through some more. So it's about to be 10:30, and I'll take a break, and we'll come back a little after 11. So that's what we're about to do. Sell John Porter, Steve Miller Band for 15. Chris Gardner, you're on the live feed. Sell Leslie Madonna for $24.99. $9.99 for the classic It's a Beautiful Day. Blondie, The Hunter. Blondie's EX, $27.99 with a VG Plus cover. Melanie is $9.99. This has Brand New Key on it. That has Brand New Key on it. Her hit single, $9.99. We're going to sell Ryan Anderson the Doe Rollers for 10. Chris Gardner is going to get the Blondie album, and Sherry Darnell wants Melanie. Those are also. Tammy, you're back out on Kiss. Clay's at 15. The Boomtown Rats, The Fine Art of Servicing. Boomtown Rats is EX, $17.99. Les Rhyme Digitals, Dark Dancer, VG Plus, $34.99. This is Circle of Love, the Steve Miller Band. EX copy, $17.99. Steve Miller Band. Idris Muhammad, Power of Soul, VG copy, $39.99. And Herbie Hancock Sunlight, EX, $49.99. John Porter wants the other Steve Miller Band. Tammy's out on the Kiss. Tammy, my mom told me you were interested in those, and that's why I put them up for auction tonight. I was hoping you would be watching. I told her to tell you that I was going to auction those tonight. So Tammy's out. Final call on Kiss for $15. I'm not going to do any more auctions because when this crate's over, We'll take a break. John Marino on Idris Muhammad. If you're just joining us, we're doing a buy now best offer crate. I'm almost done. We'll recap it. Then we'll take a break. And then when I come back, we'll do about a solid hour of nothing but half off vintage out of the back as I prepare for our sidewalk sale coming up. Let's see. Did we put back Rich Group's Love and Spoonful? Paul Gill needs to put back Bob Seger. The Foundations is EX $17.99. The Police, Ghost in the Machine. That's a VG Plus on the vinyl. Not a bad cover, $19.99. Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. That's a VG on the vinyl, $9.99. Pacific Gas and Electric, Pop Blues Volume 7, Wade in the Water, $19.99. Jesse Hood, $15 on the Police. Sell that to Jesse Hood. Poco, Rose of Cimarron, $9.99. Kiss is sold to Clay Moore for $15. That was the Kiss cassette. Brian Ligon, you were second at $15 on the Police. Reckless Eric, Let's Go to the Pictures and I Need a Situation. This is a 1979 UK orange vinyl. With this oversized label. That is $14.99. David Plunkett said Manchild 27. That was for Herbie Hancock. Sell that to David Plunkett for $27. Herbie Hancock. Roy Orbison, Ooby Dooby, $19.99 for Roy Orbison. JoJo Gunn, $19.99. And Pink Floyd, Uma Guma. Or Uma Guma. That's the only way I know how to say it. Or Umagama. Or Umaguma. That is $49.99. Quick recap of this bin. If you want any prices, let me know. If you already know the price and you've been waiting to make an offer, now's the time. Precious Metal, That Kind of Girl. Peter Pan. Straubs. Genesis. Oh, I forgot about that Peter Pan earlier in the Disney bundle. So Peter Pan is still available. The Doors Soft Parade. Prism, Armageddon. Charlie Rich, Behind Closed Doors. Andrew Gold, The Kinks, State of Confusion. Neil Young, Trans. Unknown DJ. The Head Boys, The Bee Gees, Cucumber Castle. It's a Beautiful Day. The Boomtown Rats. Les Rhymes, Digitiles. Herbie Hancock, Sunlight. The Foundations, Phil Collins. Pop Blues, that's sold to Michael Nath for $15. Fred Carnell, The Boomtown Rats was EX $17.99. Phil Collins is a VG copy, $9.99. Kinks is $19.99. Poco, $9.99. Reckless Eric, Roy Orbison, JoJo Gunn, and Pink Floyd, Uma Guma. Those are all available. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. If you need to make an offer on something, now's the time. 5 on Phil. I don't know about half off, but I'll do $8 on it. I'll say Phil Collins for $8 if you want it, unless Nick Bargeron wants it. Fred Carnell said Boomtown Rats 15. Sell that to Fred Carnell for 15. Phil Collins is pending for 8. We'll sell him that for 8. Nick said he will take it for 8. So Nick Bargeron gets Phil Collins for 8. That was a VG copy, by the way. And Boomtown Rats is 15 to Fred Carnell. He says Nick can have it. Okay, so we'll be back in about a half hour. When we come back, we usually do a quick recap on new vinyl because we did have some great new vinyl come in for tonight's show. We'll do a recap on that, and then we do about a whole hour of nothing but half off. Last night we went through 2 crates. Maybe we can do 3 tonight. So we will be back in. Craig, we found Bush. We got you a copy. Craig, I found it last night. I think they're $36.99 for Bush 16 Stone. How low for Pink? Pink Floyd. I'll do $40 on it, Chris Gardner, if you want it. $40. Are you having a sidewalk sale? Yes, sidewalk sale is Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday. So Regina, please come down Saturday if you can. We'll have you a lot of $1 Elvis records. You'll be leaving with a trunk full again. Chris Gardner said he'll take Pink Floyd for $40. And Herbie Hancock was $49.99. Does Freak Out have the map? No, it doesn't. How much on the Seeger putback? That was a on-sale price for $20. That was Bob Seger Against the Wind. Bob Seger Against the Wind was $20. Craig said sold on Bush 16 Stone. Now we know who to tag that for. All right. Any other questions? I'm standing behind my monitor waiting to hit the stop streaming button. Just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Wayne, I will double check if this, make sure that one has the map, but I don't think it does. All right, going twice, 3 times, and that was Pink Floyd to Chris Gardner for $40. That was the last comment. Okay, see everybody in a half hour. So a few minutes past 11 is when we'll be live.